The compendium of the emerald tablets of Thoth were written 36 to 38,000 years ago. And then we have Yeshua, aka Jesus, saying the same thing, right? Thousands and thousands of years later. He either is Tahuti or he learned from him.
Astronomy, astrology, science of numbers, mathematics, geometry, surveying, medicine, botany, theology, civilized government, the alphabet, reading, writing, he just had everything going for him. As if he didn't learn from anyone. He just learned all that himself. This is what the Egypts think, right? Hey, Thoth, stop this pagan stuff. Hey, Thoth, I'm him.
Take out our sword in the dark and start swinging that double-edged sword. It's quick and powerful, and it's sharp.
We all back with another one. And first of all, how you doing? All praises due to the Most High. How y'all doing out there? Everybody that's watching, everybody that's staying in tune, keeping faith in the one true living God, not letting the outside noise get to you, not letting the serpent lead you astray. We are here today, and I got my glasses on today because it's going to be a lot of reading. I'm going to do this. Okay, so I'm piggybacking off of the other video I had the other day about the Billy Carson guy with the Thoth Egyptian quote unquote God, whatever he was, you know what I mean, wise man. All right, so we're gonna dive a little more into that because I wanted to look more into it to make sure, you know, I wasn't being ignorant on the matter, and you know, just to okay, let me look at your side. Other than what you say, I want to read it for myself and look at it myself. So that's what I did, and I found some interesting stuff. So, let's get into this guy because I do see that he had some wisdom, the Thoth character, but where did he get his wisdom from is the question. And the wisdom that he had was not from a good place. But yet, you know, he created these civilizations that is no more. Okay? So, and he just left. So let's see where he's at now, or let's let's get into some dialogue with a Billy Carson guy, because I haven't watched this whole video that he's interviewing some guy named Black Magic is interviewing him. Black Magic, whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever you're into, they're interviewing him and he's giving them insight, and then he's mentioning Jesus at the same time. So now you doing the most, bro. Like you doing too much. Like, why would you just leave Jesus out of it? I don't get it. But since he seems to have to keep on shooting these shots, you know, like, it'd be one thing if you just say what you believe in, your ancient civilization, your tablets, and just let that be. But no, he wants to compare everything to the Bible. And what's this interesting connection with the Bible, and what's all this want to be connected with Jesus and have a different version of him, right? When we know what Jesus does, we have proof in faith, and we have seen it manifest what Jesus does. But this guy stuff, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. You had to be, Jesus is for everyone, but this guy is only for a chosen few. You got to go delve deep into wisdom, but it's written in the Bible. You don't want to get too wise to get beside yourself and fall into your wisdom, and you know where that leads you to, and you know where you fall with too much of that. So, and it's not to say you can't be overwise, but don't let your wisdom make you proud and, make you full of pride. And this is what a lot of people fall to. So, let's get into some of the clips, and then we're gonna get into a lot of reading. Hopefully we go down this path together, this journey together. And if you're watching this and you want to look into yourself, remember what I said. The serpent is real subtle. And if you're not strong-minded, if you're not strong-willed, if your spirit is not strong enough, you may fall to it, because stuff can sound good. And then you throw this up and you say this, but if you don't look into yourself, you will fall for it. And this is why I'm doing this. So that you don't fall for it. So let's get into some of this video. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing because it's like an hour and 34 minutes long, but I clicked on this one part. I didn't watch the whole thing, but let's see what he says.
So they had it broken down. You had your class broken down by the language that you actually spoke, because they knew that words had true power. And see, Jesus, either, like I said in my video you were talking about earlier, I said, could Thoth and Jesus, aka Yeshua, be the same person? Or could he have learned from Thoth, the Atlantean, Tahuti, right? Same person. So there's a lot of similarities, which I'm sure we'll get into tonight. But in my book, Compendium of the Emerald Tablets, I literally break down verses from the Bible and verses from the Emerald Tablets, and I put them side by side. And as you go down, you begin to say, wait a minute. If this is ancient text, and this is only 2,000 years old, no, it's not even 2,000. 2,000 years old is a farce, because we know the Bible was written between 100 AD to 900 AD by Phoenicians, followers of Tahuti. So if we know that, then we have to say which comes first, the chicken or the egg. If the compendium of the Emerald Tablets of Thoth were written 36 or 38,000 years ago, and then we have Yeshua, aka Jesus, saying the same thing, right? Thousands and thousands of years later, he either is Tahuti or he learned from him.
No. You can't come to that conclusion. All right? How do you know the knowledge that he had? Like you said, this knowledge was from the beginning. Jesus was there before the world, so he already had that knowledge. From our beliefs and what we know of the Jesus that we know, he was already here. So he already had that knowledge. So why would he need to learn from him? He somehow learned that knowledge. Clearly. I mean, why is it that he had to learn from him? Why did Jesus have to learn from Thoth when he already had the information? But okay.
And that's why I go into my lecture where I'm talking about where did Jesus go when he disappeared from the Bible? In the Bible, he's gone. Age of 12, poof, he's gone. Where did he go? He goes to Egypt. And when I take people on these grand tours of Egypt, I take them to the place where Jesus actually slept, where he lived for some time in Coptic Cairo. The bed that he slept in is a shrine that's still there till this very day, and it's guarded.
Right. See, this is cap. So this is false. So you have him saying that he had a place where Jesus lived, which he went to hide. Why would they know where he lived? And then he said he had his bed and they made it a shrine. That's not what we do. We're not supposed to make shrines. What are we making a shrine? Jesus never told us to make any shrines. So why would they make a shrine now? This is why this pagan Egyptian stuff goes on to today, because they did that on their own. And they made that to say, hey, this is where he was at. You can't take that for face value. Where does he go? If he did go to Egypt, right? What does that mean? He's going to say, because I've seen some of his stuff before, because I can tell what he's going to say now. He's going to say, oh, he learned the Egyptian mysteries. As if he needed to learn. What if he went over there to tell them, hey, stop this pagan stuff. Get on point. He probably went over there to talk to Thoth. Hey, Thoth, I'm him. Teach the wisdom in the right way and carry on. I'm about to get back to what I need to get back to. All his stories to say what Jesus did and what Jesus didn't do is like, you're now making up stuff. Right? You're now making up stuff. And you're making your own version of Jesus like every other culture does. They make their own version of Jesus. It's never the Jesus of the Bible. It's some other Jesus that they make up. Now watch.
And so he went to Egypt. Why did he go to Egypt? He went there to learn the Egyptian mysteries.
So
Who? Tahuti. He was a student of Tahuti, right? So now, when we say, could he either be Tahuti or is a student of Tahuti? Well, that's a much deeper conversation. I might be on a podcast because this guy was such a wizard and magician. He had come back and incarnated at will over 10,000 lives, right, according to the Emerald Tablets, over the course of 100,000 years. Could he have gotten bored with that and said, you don't want to come through a womb of a woman and come out and see life as a human being and regain all my memory? So it's a possibility. But either way, he disappears out of the Bible at the age of 12.
You see how he juiced that up? Hey, that's why I say, y'all. Look how the serpent is speaking. Maybe he wanted to come out of human womb now and experience life and then remember his thoughts somehow. So if he's reincarnating all this time, so he's here today. He just somewhere. Is he teaching wisdom? Is he you, Billy Carson? Are you Thoth? Are you Thoth? Because you should be able to pull that spaceship up under the Sphinx and just get on with the business. You black. Get stuff back in order. Get stuff back in order. Thoth? Let's get stuff back in order. Let's continue. Because he just kicked some crazy theory. And now you would probably eat that up if I wasn't here to guide you in the right light. See, I'm like Thoth. I am like Thoth. I'm here to guide you in the right light. In the forever burning fire that I gained my wisdom from. And now I am passing it along. Oh, yes. We will break that.
He goes to Egypt. He learns the Egyptian mysteries. Then there's a record of him going throughout Egypt, into Nubia, and then even leaving there and going to Tibet. What did he learn in Tibet? Yeah.
See, first of all, he's saying Jesus is learning. All right? We knew from early ages he was teaching wise men. They was marveled by his sayings. So he's going traveling. You think he's going to learn? Or was he teaching them as he traveled along? I would say that he teach them as he was traveling along, as he teached his whole life. But now he's saying that he learned something. You see how the devil works? You belittle Jesus to say that he was going to learn stuff. When we knew from his early age, he was already a teacher.
Yeah. In Tibet, he learned how to heal with his hands. He learned the art of Qigong Reiki.
Jesus didn't heal with his hands. He could have healed from just speaking. A lady touched his garment, and she was healed. Like, what are you talking about? Do you know what you're talking about? See, this is why I say, and most people don't know the true Bible. They just heard about it, and they do whatever they do. Like, people don't want to follow the true word, and it's because of the law behind it. It's because of the strictness behind it. It's because it take them away from their sin. It makes life not as fun as they would like it to be. So now anything they can find to discredit it and say, okay, they will find it and use that to say, hey, that's not true. So yeah, go live your life and do whatever you want to, because that's not true. And you really can still get the heavens above and everything will be okay. Just follow this way. And they lead you to damnation. This is crazy.
He and all these other healing modalities through moving energy through the body. So he became a healer. Again, something that would be considered to be magic-like. And then from there, and that was confirmed by the Dalai Lama, by the way. Then he moved from there down into India, learning the mystic arts. Again, more quote-unquote magic. And from there, teaching reincarnation all the way back to Egypt. And then from there, the Bible picks back up at the age of 32. He says, God says, I call my son out of Egypt.
See, the thing is, though, Jesus didn't teach reincarnation. He didn't teach reincarnation. He taught that when he defeated death, like when he went down, he said that we can initially do the same thing and get a glorified body. But we don't. This body that we get now isn't like a physical body. It isn't for the earthly plane. It's a heavenly body. It's a spiritual body. And we will be in the spiritual realm. It will be no need to be on earth again. So why are we reincarnating? There will be no need to be on earth, for the earth will be done away with. And there will be a new earth. So what is the point in reincarnation? What's the point of coming back? You saying this Thoth character kept coming back. Okay, he still had missions to teach. If he already had missions to teach, and he was already here, why leave? And if you did leave, say, okay, I want to go see what the heaven's like. I want to see what this is like, and then come back. What are you teaching now? But it's a lot of that in the scriptures, so I want to show you, because in Egyptian times, matter of fact, let's get more into this Thoth character right quick. So I'm gonna go off of this Wikipedia, right? And let's go, cause okay, he had a lot of time. He is an Egyptian guy, so let's see. Cause I want to show you what they named this guy to be, right? Okay, the ancient Egyptians regarded Thoth as one self-begotten and self-produced. Self-begotten. This is God-like characters. Only God wasn't created. So he was self-begotten, meaning it's almost like he created himself out of woman. And self-produced. He was a master of both physical and moral law. Using enough math, he is credited with making the calculations for the establishments of heaven, stars, earth, and everything in them. So in ancient Egypt, it was almost like he was God Almighty, because this is what God did. He established the heavens, stars, and the earth, and everything in them. But they say this guy did. They credited him with works of science, religion, philosophy, and magic. Astronomy, astrology, science of numbers, mathematics, geometry, surveying, medicine, botany, theology, civilized government, the alphabet, reading, writing, he just had everything going for him. As if he didn't learn from anyone. He just learned all that himself. This is what the Egypts think, right? So, I'm going to watch a little bit more of this Billy Carson thing, right? But I want to get into these emerald tablets, right?
And then the next thing you know, he appears at the age of 32 riding in on the back of a donkey into Jerusalem. So that's the cycle. So this Jesus that people are worshiping all over the world, this guy was a student of the Egyptian mysteries, of Tibetan mysteries, and Indian mysteries. He learned magic, mystic arts, energy movement, all cymatic frequencies.
False.
And then he came back to teach the people.
Damn.
Then he went back.
Hey, Billy. So, you know how Thoth has different names in different, different areas of the earth, Mexico and Egypt, or
in different bodies, same exact quality, same knowledge, the knowledge bringer, the bringer of thought, the bringer of alchemy, science, magic, medicine, healing. It's always the same person. No matter where you go on this planet, you'll find an account of this person being there. I mean, who thought that he would be in Bora Bora, of all places? That's just crazy.
It's Lucifer, man.
Yeah.
all right.
That's the qualities of Lucifer. He's been roaming the earth back and forth for ages.
Don't we know this often? You know what, Billy? I see a lot of people in the chat saying Jesus never existed. Jesus is not real. I'm not saying that a dude who was my savior existed and he's the only way to God. There was a dude, I believe, Billy, who had it popping like Jesus had it popping, but I don't believe in the whole my Christ and Savior, and I pose to worship this man. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it.
You don't believe
The key behind the teachings.
Yeah.
What you was gonna say?
No, I was gonna say there was a brother who had it popping though, like Jesus began.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, it was a real person. It was a real physical person.
Yeah.
I don't believe that this person was God, the Savior of the world, and that the creator of the universe and maybe even the multiverse says, you know what, I just can't get the humans to listen to me, even though I won't show myself to them and give them anything, to give them any solid evidence. And all these powers I got, I just can't control my own creation. So I'll create my own son and send him down to die. That's pretty sadistic. I just don't believe in that story at all because, matter of fact, in the Sinai Bible, Jesus is never even crucified. And that Bible predates the King James Version of the Bible.
You proved that wrong.
Is newer in the Sinai.
See, so we proved that little Sinai, he wasn't crucified in the last video. So, whatever. So, as we can see, they have their own version of Jesus, like I said. And he don't believe that story is real because, you know, he just has all this knowledge and he don't have to believe that because it doesn't make sense to him. You know, the mysteries of God doesn't make sense to him for his little brain to understand. You know, his simple, mortal human brain can't seem to figure it out. He can figure out all everything else about these tablets and whatnot, but he can't figure out the mysteries of the Most High. But let's see what Thoth has to think about the Most High. First, let's get a little background on Thoth. Let's get a little background on who he is. And we gonna get into his emerald tablet. His emerald tablets. And I must say it was an interesting read. It was an interesting read because, you know, look, he has this little thing, right? I like to think it is, he's got the cross, he just has a handle on it. He wants to hold the cross up, but he just has a handle on the cross. You know what I mean? Like, but whatever, you know, they could say it's the woman and the man, whatever, you know what I mean? He just got a handle on the cross, you know what I'm saying? That's my belief, since he want to make up his own beliefs about Jesus. My belief that Thoth had a handle on the cross, showing the real cross, you know? Jesus gave him that cross probably. You know, when he came through Egypt, he gave him that cross and said, hey, this is the Almighty. You know what I mean? But let's get into some of this this writing. Okay. Well, I'm gonna probably read it. You guys probably can't see, so I'm gonna just read it. And you gotta just take my word for it. You know what I mean? Thoth was the god of knowledge. He also was the god of the moon, measurement, wisdom, the alphabet, records, thought, intelligence, meditation, the mind, logic, reason, reading, hieroglyphics, magic, secrets, scribes, and writing. This man was considered the Almighty, but he was a man, and he had a staff and a cross with a handle on it, with a bird head. And that's one of those birds from Africa with the long beaks. Okay. He also went by other names in myths of ancient civilizations. He pretty much played a major god. All of them. Same soul, different identities. What do we know Lucifer to play? An angel of light. He masquerades as an angel of light. What would you consider an angel of light to do? Give you wisdom, teach you of good things, teach you of measurements, teach you of wisdom, teach you of intelligence, teach you of these things. An angel of light. If an angel of light came down to you and started teaching you things, would you not say, hey, this angel of light? For the Bible is written that he masquerades like an angel of light. Right? This is for you guys that don't know the Bible. I'm letting you know. Right? So, for us to know this, our antennas is already up. See, our antennas is up. The ones that don't know, that just grew up Christians and they just finding it out, they want to find it out, They want to find a way that I had to follow their family traditions and find a way, instead of finding God, like your family set up you to do, find them yourself. No, you just listened to what they said and you didn't like it and you ran off and did your own thing. And now you're on this path and you don't even know the path that you were put upon the first time. Now you're following the pagan god and following Lucifer. So my belief, see how he said his beliefs? My belief is that Thoth is either a form of Lucifer, right? Either he's a form of Lucifer or one of the fallen angels that fell with Lucifer, right? So says everyone has their beliefs. That's my belief. You know what I'm saying? Because from these titles, that's what I see, right? So they're talking about his builders of the pyramids. So he built all these pyramids all over the lands. Like I said, it says Satan goes from the end of the earth to the other. He's been doing that since the beginning. So in astronomy, they said he made calculations concerning the heavens, the stars, and the earth, the reckoner of times and of seasons, the one who measured out the heavens and planned the earth. He was he who balances, the God of equilibrium, the master of balance, the Lord of the divine body, scribe of the company of the gods, the voice of Ra, author of every work on every branch of knowledge, both human and divine, he who understands all that is hidden under the heavenly vault. So why is they giving him all these titles? Let's see why. Let's see why the Egyptians were so like, look at this picture right here. Look at him sitting on a stone and these people in front of him. Let's see why these people spoke so highly of this man. Let's see why, because, that's just a little background on who we're dealing with. Now, they got a lot of information here. I'm not about to go through all of this. We're just not about to do all that. I heard enough. Let's get into his tablets, the emerald tablets of Thoth. His writings now. Like we have Jesus' writings, we have, not Jesus' writings, but we have Jesus' teachings in his holy scriptures. This is his writings. His scriptures now. Not the Egyptian scriptures. Not Billy Carson scriptures. Not people speaking about him. This is coming from him himself. Let's see what he has to say. We heard what everybody else has to say about him. He's this almighty person who created the heavens and earth. Right? But let's see. Let's go to the first chapter. We're gonna skip through a lot of this stuff, but let's go through the first one. We're gonna read this together. People don't like reading nowadays, so let's do it together. Like, it's better when you do it all together, because now you're kind of like a part of something rather than just being there. So let's see, because this guy has a lot to say. This is from him. This is him. I, Thoth, the Atlantean, master of mysteries, keeper of records, mighty king, magician, living from generation to generation, being about to pass into the halls of Amenti, set down for the guidance of those that are to come after. These records of the mighty wisdom of great Atlantis. Okay, so he said that he's a master of mysteries, keeper of records. Let's think about that. Keeper of records now. Magician. Mighty king. These sound like same titles. I'm not going to hold you. But let's keep going. In the great city of Kior, on the island of Ondal, in a time far past, I begin this incarnation. Not as the little men of present age did, the mighty ones of Atlantis live and die, but rather from aeon to aeon did they renew their life in the halls of Amenti, where the river of life flows eternally onward. So this is when he began his incarnation. This is when he began traveling from age to age, body to body, just abusing people's bodies, just doing what he wants to, just, so to say, just taking knowledge from here and there and then presenting it as his own, right? Let's get it going. Let's just be truthful with this. This is what it sounds like. He's reincarnating, taking people's bodies, coming back over and over, stealing their knowledge, and then coming and saying he has all knowledge. 100 times 10 have I descended the dark way that led into light. The dark way, you say? He have descended the dark way that led into light. Lucifer, O son of the morning, masquerading as an angel of light. Have I descended the dark way that led into light, and as many times have I ascended from the darkness into the light, my strength and power renewed. So he kept on going to hell and back and kept on getting new powers from the power, from wherever, whatever got powers down there. So let's see why I say this. We're going to continue. Why I say it's called hell. Now, Billy Carson said hell doesn't exist. That's what he said in the last video. But your own guy is confirming a hell-like place. Now, in the Bible, the Christian Satan Bible, not Satan Bible, but Satan Christianity, they would say that, oh, hell is just this fireplace. It's nothing more. No. Hell has other elements to it. It's not just a fire. It's a place of damnation for that, reserved for that place. But it also is another place that doesn't have the fire and stuff like that. Sheol, it has a place that's for the people that's going to hell. And then you have the place that for the people that's waiting. And that place is beautiful and very nice. So we're not going to think about it. Under earth has a whole lot of land. So under earth must have a whole lot of land and whatever it is under there also. So let's keep that in mind. Because he says the halls of Amenti, and that's under, we're going to see. So 100 times 10, that's a long time. He descended. As many times I ascended from the darkness into the light, my strength and power renewed. So now for a time I descend, and the men of Chem is alchemy in the ancient Egypt, shall know me no more. So now he's saying, when he leaves this time, Egypt will know him no more. But in a time yet unborn will I rise again, mighty and potent, requiring and accounting of those left behind me. So, unborn, he will rise again, mighty and potent. So, Satan takes his little breaks and then he comes back like, hey, man, let me check up on things. What's going on? Report to me. Because he's been doing this a long time. At this point, it's like, I've seen all the stuff these humans do. Report to me. Read the book of Revelations. You'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see what I'm talking about. His minions. You'll see. But in a time yet unborn will I rise again, mighty and potent. Okay. Then beware, O men of Chem, if ye have falsely betrayed my teaching, for I shall cast ye down from your high estate into the darkness of caves from whence ye came. So now he's telling them. He gave them power. Right? Satan now. He gave them his estate. Brought them in high places. Who's all the people in high places right now? They're all wicked. So he gave them high estate. And he will cast them back into the darkness of the caves whence they came. In the caves. Think about that. I'm not going to get too deep into that. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. We're not going to get too deep into that. Betray not my secrets to the men of north or the men of south, lest my curse fall upon ye. Remember and heed my words, for surely I will return again and require of thee that which ye guard. A. Even from beyond time and from beyond death will I return, rewarding or punishing as ye have requited your trust. So he's talking about his people. He's talking about the people of Chem that he gave this power to, that he taught knowledge to. You're not talking about everybody. Because he didn't give everybody this knowledge. He just gave them. So he said, hey, don't break my trust now. I didn't left this place for y'all to do what y'all do as y'all will. But don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. Why would he want them to mess it up? Let's think about this. Great were my people in the ancient days. Now he's talking about his people. So clearly, we already see now that he's not this God Almighty figure, because it was people with him. And they were great also. So whether it was a bunch of them like him, a bunch of these all-knowing people that created all this stuff, why only he created this if they were great there then? Great beyond the conception of the little people now around me. So now he's around these new people, and they're not as wise. But these people that he grew up with, they were very wise, right? The angels, the fallen stars, they were very wise. They knew of the heavens because they was there. They were there, and they knew of them. So of course they were great beyond conception of the little people around him now, because now he's just dealing with regular son of men. He's dealing with the humans that is born out of women. He's dealing with regular men, who haven't ascended in following the ways of God. Knowing wisdom of old, seeking far within the heart of infinity, knowledge that belonged to earth's youth. So knowledge that belonged to the earth when it began, like when God was creating it. He gave them this knowledge. They seen it happening. They were there. And, whatever. Wise were we with the wisdom of the children of light who dwell among us. Who is the children of light now? And they dwell among these people. Ooh, we're getting somewhere. Children of lights. I wonder who they were. Strong were we with the power drawn from the eternal fire. So the children of light showed them. They live with them. What do we know about the fallen stars? The fallen that fell with Lucifer, masqueraded as an angel of light. Now we had the children of light who dwelled among these other people of Atlantis. And they showed them stuff that they wouldn't have known otherwise. Right? They were with the wisdom of the children of light. So they got firsthand. They're like probably the first people that them angels dropped upon. Like, hey, we like these people on this little island right here. Let's teach them. I'm pretty sure they taught in other places, but this is one of the places where the children of light were. Now I'm comparing this to my scriptures. If it coexists with my scriptures, I can dwell with it. But I'm giving you my wisdom on what I'm reading from his scriptures, from Thoth, because you might misinterpret it. So I'm taking my wisdom and I'm applying it to his scriptures. And then I'm comparing it to what my scriptures say, to give it a reasoning with it, to give it some kind of background, to give it some kind of basis. All right? So they got it from the power drawn from the eternal fire. And of all these, greatest among children of men was my father. Taught me. So he said greatest among children of his men was his father. So what son wouldn't believe that his dad is the greatest man? Especially if his dad is in a significant level. Like, it's like saying if your dad was was a great man, right? LeBron James, for example. He probably thinks his dad is the greatest man. You know what I mean? Like, Ronnie probably thinks his dad is the greatest man. Why wouldn't he? I mean, come on now. Look what he's done. Like, why wouldn't he? My children probably think I am the greatest man. Why wouldn't they? Let's just think about this. Keeper of the great temple. So see, he was a keeper. So he had a significant place. He was a keeper of the great temple. So why would he be the greatest of men? Because he had a great position. He was a keeper of the great temple. So from his position alone, right, he was one of the greatest positions, so now he considered him the greatest among the men. Doesn't mean he was the greatest man. Some man might have been better than him. But to his son, he was the greatest man. Link between the children of light who dwelt within the temple and the races of men who inhabited the 10 islands. On these islands. Mouthpiece after the 3 of the dweller of Unal. So the dweller of Unal, speaking to the kings with the voice that must be obeyed. So the dweller of Unal. Now this dweller person is very important, I'm noticing. He's a mysterious person. And this dweller is far more powerful than Thoth. But Thoth was bestowed all this stuff, all these titles from the Egyptians. But we're going to see why he was. It's that fear will make you think this person was the greatest man because you feared him. So you bestowed all these titles upon him, which he wasn't. He's even giving more glory to this dweller because he knows he's not on this dweller level. He knows that. This dweller, this why I say, okay, this why I said maybe he was one of the angels rather than Satan. Because the dweller seemed like he might be Lucifer. That's how powerful this dweller is. He seemed like he might be actually Lucifer, and he might just be a student of him. No. Grew I there from a child into manhood, being taught by my father the elder mysteries, until in time grew within the fire of wisdom, until it burst into a consuming flame. Now, so along the lines of this, we gonna summarize some of this, right? Because we know that he went from a child to manhood, and he was taught by his father. So now we know he has a father. So he wasn't self-begotten. Remember we seen that? Egyptians lied. He wasn't self-begotten. He wasn't this moon god. He wasn't this person that created all these things. Because he didn't create all these hieroglyphics. And he probably created hieroglyphics, but languages and science and magic, they said he created all that. The heavens and earth, they said he created all that. But here we see he's speaking. This is his words. That is, he was taught by his father. And his father was the mouthpiece after the 3. The 3 is going to be these 3 people that represents the dweller. The dweller let's just put it like this. The dweller is the king. The dweller is the king. Then he has 3 appointed people to tell everybody else what to do. And those 3 people came to his dad, Thought Me, and his Thought Me spoke to the other people. He was the mouthpiece for the 3. But the 3 followed the dweller. The dweller was had all the knowledge, right? So he was taught by he's not even he's so far down the list. It doesn't even make sense. The dweller, then you got 3 others above him. Then he has his dad, then it's him. And he telling me he created the heavens and earth? You got to read this stuff for yourself, man. You'll be fooled. You will be fooled. You will be fooled. This is crazy. So he grew up. He grew into a man, and he said he didn't desire the attainment of wisdom until the great day the command came from the dweller. Okay, so let's actually read this part. He desired but the attainment of wisdom. So he desired wisdom until a great day the command came from the dweller of the temple that I be brought before him. So now he's brought before this dweller, this almighty dweller. Few there were among the children of men who had looked upon the mighty face and lived. Whoa. You can't look upon him or you won't live. This is like God-like, right? We know about it, say very few. For not as the sons of men are the children of light when they are not incarnate in a physical body. So now we see who the children of light were. They had to be incarnate in a physical body, right? So these were spiritual beings. These were spirits, like the angels that fell. We call them angels. Stars. They fell from heaven. masquerading as angels of light. They're children of light. So this is how we going to compare and contrast. So since you want to, mind you, this Carson guy, he's going to tell you, well, these tablets were 1,000 years before the Bible. Do you understand that when God created the earth, it had age on it already? When he created Adam, Adam wasn't a baby. He had age already. When he created the earth, he never told you how long the earth, he never told you how long the earth was or how old it was. It could have been billions of years old before he made it. Like, he could have made it in that state. And stuff could have been happening when he was creating that we don't know about. He doesn't have to go into that detail. He doesn't have to go into that detail. Honestly, the only thing we need to know is how to get up there. But let's see what this guy, he says that they, few there were among the children of men who had looked upon that mighty face and lived. For not as the sons of men are the children of light when they are not incarnate in a physical body. So he's saying that he was a spirit and they looked upon him. Okay, so chosen was I from the sons of men, taught by the dweller, so that his purposes might be fulfilled. Purposes yet unborn in the womb of time. So this dweller person didn't even have his purposes yet in the womb of time. Yet he wanted his purposes fulfilled through this guy Thoth. Long ages I dwelt in the temple, learning ever and yet ever more wisdom, until I too approached the light emitted from the great fire. Ooh, a great fire. We know the Lord to have sometimes when you see him, it's a great fire. But let's see what type of great fire this is. Taught me he the path of Amenti, the underworld where the great king sits upon his throne of might. So now we know the dweller. See how first I said Thoth was Satan. Then he wasn't powerful enough. Then I said this dweller character, he must be Satan because the characteristics they're giving him, if Thoth was this powerful, and this guy was 4 times ahead of him, 5. Four people was ahead of him, and then it was the dweller. And then you try to tell me now there's someone even greater? And he's in the underworld. He's in hell. He's in the underworld. He's under earth. And he has a throne. Now I know that is Satan. We finally found where Satan was. We finally found him. And we found his means. The dweller. Okay, so the dweller. Don't look at me. Don't look at me or you're going to die. I'm going to kill you because I'm spirit or whatever, Deep I bowed in homage before the lords of life and the lords of death, receiving as my gift the key of life. Free was I of the halls of Amenti. Now, the halls of Amenti seem like this, like I said, it's in the underworld, so it seems like this place in hell that, these fallen angels probably made for themselves because, they were in heaven, so they know they had celestial stuff. They probably fixed their little place up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we on earth, we make pyramids and we make buildings and all this. We create all little civilization. Who's to say they didn't? They went down there and they made their own little spot. They already down there, so we might as well get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Before it all burn out, we might as well get comfortable. So, few was I in the halls of Amenti, bound not by death to the circle of life. Far to the stars, I journeyed until space and time became as not. So now he's in the stars somehow. Far to the stars I journeyed until space and time became as not. So space, I'm guessing space is like the space between like my hands. That between is a space. Because I doubt he's talking about the heavens. So he's talking about space and the time to get to this space, like, So he journeyed space and time became that. Okay. And the stars it was the fallen angels. That's how we gonna knock that up. Then having drawn deep of the cup of wisdom, I looked into the hearts of men, and there I found greater mysteries and was glad. So he looked into the hearts of men and seen how powerful these men were. Like, whoa, like he seen God's creation, how much power they had. And he was glad. For only in the search of truth could my soul be stilled and the flame within be quenched. So he found truth inside the hearts of men. What do we know about what God said? I said this in the last video. The law is written on our hearts. He looked into the hearts of men, and there I found greater mysteries. Look what he found to find greater mysteries into the heart of men. What did our Lord say he placed in our hearts already? You can't make this up. You see why the word is so powerful? You see why this Billy Carson character, he doesn't understand his wisdom. Like, he has a lot of knowledge. I give him that. He has a great memory. His memory is on 1,000. I wish I had the memory he had, honestly. Oh, if I had the memory he had, oh my goodness. But I could tell his wisdom on this matter. His wisdom isn't that high. He need more wisdom for Thoth. And I'm not gonna say he's not a wise man, but he made himself too wise. And when you make yourself too wise, you get too proud, and then you miss the truth. You overlook the truth. It's like, I'm too wise. Like, you're too high now. And now the stuff that's there on the surface, you can't even see no more, because now where's everything? I'm up here now. And you're not looking at the whole picture anymore. You're not looking at everything. You're just looking up here now. I'm up here now. Right? So he even searched in the hearts of men and found greater mysteries. Okay. So we know what that is. And I just explained that to you. So you can, you know what I mean? We can, because like a lot of stuff, okay, so let's get it right. Okay. Let's see how okay, we're gonna get to this chapter later. But let's see how because I don't want to be like these guys just talking. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like these guys just talking, right? And not give no evidence. We don't give some evidence. All right. So we are right here, Romans. But glory, honor, and peace to every man that worketh good, to the Jew first and also to the Gentile. So this is basically saying to everyone. For there is no respect of persons with God. For as many have sinned without law shall also perish without law. And as many as have sinned in the law shall be judged by the law. For not the hearers of the law are just before God, but the doers of the law shall be justified. Don't just hear what you're saying and don't do it. All right. For when the Gentiles which have not the law do by nature the things contained in the law, these, having not the law, are a law unto themselves, which shew the work of the law written in their hearts. Their conscience also bearing witness in their thoughts, the meanwhile accusing or else accusing one another. So you see it's saying here that everyone has this law. The Gentiles had it. They wasn't give it to them, but yet they do it on their own from the beginning of time, from all the cultures. That's why when they say, oh, it was good before, and we didn't need this Bible to say that it was good, we know good, blah, 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 blah. It's because these people already had it written in their heart. That's why when you take the Bible, you bring it anywhere. When you take these scriptures, you take not even the Bible, you take the teachings of Christ and you take it anywhere on the planet Earth. Anyone with a good conscience, their conscience will bear witness because it's written in their heart already. So eventually it will, soften their heart, because their heart is hardened at first. Oh, I don't want to believe that. But you could take this and you can go to the places where they never heard of it, and they will teach their kids this. These people not stupid. You're not coming over there dominating them, telling them, hey, you got to listen to this and you got to do it. No, they look at it, they hear it, and they conscious bear witness. And their heart know it's written there, and they know it to be true. This is why when he looked into the hearts, Thoth, right? He bear witness of that also. Even more wisdom that he didn't know, greater. And he was happy. He was like, wow. Right? In the day when God shall judge the secrets of men by Jesus Christ according to the gospel. So, I had to show y'all that just to show you, like, what I'm saying, right? I don't want to just be saying this stuff and not having, stuff to back it into, to back it up, like some of these people just talking, right? So also I want to show you this also, since I was saying this, so you guys just don't think I'm just making up stuff about this also, right? Because we seen this dweller person who I thought was Satan, and we seen all these people that has Satan-like characteristics. So what does it say? And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. You see what I'm saying? Let's read some of it, right? All right. As the truth of Christ is in me, no man shall stop me of this boasting in the regions of Achaia. Wherefore, because I love you, God knoweth. But what I do, that I will do, that I may cut off occasion from them which is the desire occasion, that wherein they glory, they may be found even as we. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into apostles of Christ. Now, apostle of Christ could be anyone, not anyone, but, one that has Christ's knowledge and is teaching it. False apostles. So, Christ, we know, was from the beginning of time. So, his knowledge was here before. It's not new knowledge. It's not new. It's not 6,000 years old, Billy Carson. It wasn't just written. This was already written in your heart. You have it. It's in your heart too. That's why when you read those emerald tablets, you're like, oh, this sounds so good. I'm not going to believe this Bible now, because this must be the real one because it came before it. Right? So we see that in Marvel, no. So don't marvel at the dweller in these churches stuff. Don't marvel at them. For Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. All right. Let me Now let me show you another thing what I was saying. So I'll back this up also, because we gonna back everything up. We don't want to just be saying stuff and y'all just take my word for it. At least y'all can see it for yourself and say, nah, y'all can say it does say that. You know, it is written. You know, since this script is stolen, supposedly, it's stolen, right? But it has stuff that that scripture don't have. So where's that come from? Huh? Where does that wisdom come from? All things I have seen in the days, and this is Solomon speaking. Even though Solomon wouldn't be the best man to follow, but he did have wisdom, a lot of wisdom, just like Thoth. He had a lot of wisdom, right? All things have I seen in the days of my vanity. There is a just man that perishes in his righteousness, and there's a wicked man that prolongeth his life in his wickedness. So, as we see, a just man perishes in righteousness. So, a just man knows, okay, I'm done with the world. I finished. I prayed. I did what's right in the sight of the Lord, and I go to return to him. But the wicked man prolongeth his life in his wickedness. What do we know about Thoth now? Reincarnate, he's prolonging his life. Does he not keep coming back over and over again, they say? Did he not say he reincarnated over and over again? You see how the word speaks? Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? You hear that, Billy Carson? Be not over much wicked, neither thou be foolish. Why shouldest thou die before thy time? So right here, we see, we see, man, like we see that. That's why I say don't make yourself too wise. Why should you destroy yourself? And it's not to say that you shouldn't be yearn for wisdom, but it's saying not be over righteous, meaning don't look down on, or don't try to make yourself higher. It's like a pride thing. It will destroy you, because when you make yourself too righteous, you can't fall. For the man that think he stand tall, take heed lest he fall. Neither make yourself overwise. For now you speak as though you know everything. You speak as though you are God, and they bestow these titles upon this wise Thoth character. And as we see, the wicked man prolonging his life in his wickedness. Right? So let's get back to the tablet. Let's get back to the tablet. Y'all still with me? This is going on a long time. We already been out. I've been talking too much. Let's try to get through this. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but if you're going to sit and watch the whole thing, you're going to get some knowledge today. So let's continue. So he traveled. He looked into the hearts of men and found greater mysteries and was glad. Down through the ages I lived, seeing those around me taste of the cup of death and return again in the light of life. So he went through the ages. So he went, it seems like as he went back in time, he traveled through time and space. So he traveled the allotted time on Earth. The Earth has a time frame. So he was able to travel through that time frame of Earth. And he was able to travel through that space. Right? And through the ages, he's seen others drink from this wisdom of light and die and come back, reincarnate. He's seen them reincarnate on Earth, right? Gradually from the kingdoms of Atlantis past waves of consciousness that have been one with me, only to be replaced by spawn of a lower star. So gradually from the kingdoms of Atlantis past waves of consciousness that had been one with me, only to be placed with a spawn of a lower star. So he had his consciousness being passed along, only to be replaced with a lower. So he was getting weaker each time, I'm guessing. But then before he said he renewed. So in obedience to the law, the word of the master grew into flower. Downward into the darkness turned the thoughts of the Atlanteans, until at last this wrath arose from his Agwanti, yeah. So Agwanti, I'm guessing, is but Billy Carson called it his avatar, his body. Until at last his wrath arose from his Agwanti, the dweller. The word has no English equivalent. It means a state of detachment. Speaking the word, calling the power. So he had the word. Oh, okay. Deep in the earth's heart, deep in hell, the sons of Amenti heard, and hearing, directing the changing of the flower of fire that burns eternally, changing and shifting using the logos until that great fire changes direction. So this fire is in the earth, hot, burning. And these sons of Amenti, they down there chilling by the fire, and this fire has a lot of light and wisdom. And the great king sits there on his throne, down there in hell, right? So now he's talking about how the world, great waters, and I'm guessing this is how the flood of Atlantis happened. So we're going to keep going. And then the master called them, gathered people together, take them in the RC Learn across the waters until you reach the land of hairy barbarians, dwelling in the caves of the desert. So he told them to go to Egypt, get a lot of people, and entered the great ship of the master. So the master gave him this ship. Upward we rose into the morning. Dark beneath us lay the temple. Suddenly it rose over the waters, vanished from the earth until the time appointed was the great temple. So he got into the ship of the master. I don't know why the great waters broke. And check this out. For the people that believe the world is flat, like I believe the world is flat. So I don't believe it's a round globe. So check this out. Over the world then broke great waters, drowning and sinking, changing Earth's balance. How can the balance of something be changed if it's a spirit that's in space? What balance does it have? It just roll over. It just roll. It's already circling. But if it's on for foundations, like the Bible says it is, if the balance is shifted, water will rise and go over stuff. That doesn't mean the water didn't go over the other land, just over the land that is shifted, the balance, right? So he's even confirming flat earth. Until only the temple of life was left standing on the great mountain of Undal, still rising out of the water. So the great mountain was still above the water. Some there who were living saved from the rush of the fountains. So some people were living on that great mountain and they were saved. They didn't die. Okay, so yeah, so he went down. We fled toward the sun of the morning. So they went towards the sun. Now let's think about this. He says they fled towards the sun of the morning. The sun, they say, is in the space. It's far away. How can he say that he fled towards the sun? That means the sun was local for him to fled towards it. Because for the sun to be as far away as it's supposed to be, he was still seeing Earth, right? He was still seeing the top of, you see, he said he rose into the morning, dark beneath us lay the temple. Suddenly over it rose waters, vanished from the earth, until the time appointed was the great temple. Fast we fled toward the sun of the morning. How could you fled fast towards the sun? Until beneath us lay the land of the children of Kim. So they went up to the sun, towards the sun, and came down into Egypt. They came with spirits. Now let's see, this is why I was telling you, watch what we read. This is why these people seen him as a god. God of the moon, creator of heavens and earth, all these high titles, even though right here he's just a student of the game. He's just a student of the game. He ain't even get his feet wet yet. He ain't even get his feet wet yet. But yet he, you know, they labeled him this great man, you know, God, lowercase g. They came in with spears and listened to slay him. They tried to kill him. They like, oh, you coming in this ship? Like, what's going on, bro? Like, oh, this is. It's crazy though that they came just raging like they knew that was like it was something they seen before. Like, if someone seen the ship coming down, I don't think they just gonna come try to kill. They gonna be like, oh no, what's this? Like, hold on, what's going on? Why would they immediately go kill him? They see him coming down in the ship. Like, if we seen some aliens coming down, I don't think we just gonna go straight to get the guns. I mean, some people might, but it's like, hold on, what is this first? Let's see if they come in peace. Let's see if they come in peace first. We all just want to, you know, that's crazy. That's crazy to just say, I'm about to go kill them. But these people, that's what these people did. No, these people didn't. Did they ever see a spaceship? This is sound like cap, but I'm gonna keep going with it, you know, because it was written in these tablets that hasn't been discovered and hasn't been found. But this is why I want to break this down and get the ones that fell off the path. The ones that fell off the path right back on the path. You don't have to follow this. It sounds good. It sounds cool. It sounds like a comic book. It also sounds like a what's the thing called? Mythology. It sounds like something that can be possible, right? It sounds like an option. But this isn't the one. Because you're not going to attain this. Like, it takes, from what I'm reading, it takes a very, very high spiritual being to accomplish what this man is saying they can accomplish. Like, it's just not something that the normal human being can do. But with Jesus, though, everybody can attain this. Like, everyone can gain, you know, a pathway to heaven. But in this way, you gotta be a special type of person. You just not gonna come up, and we gonna see, right? Let's try to get through some of this a little faster. Then I spoke to them in words calm and peaceful, telling them the might of Atlantis. So he came and told them, hold on, y'all. Like, before y'all, hold on, no, my bad. I skipped something. So this is why I say this, okay? So they tried to slay him. Then raised I my staff and directed a ray of vibration, striking them, still in their tracks as fragments of stone of the mountain. So he had a staff, hit him with the vibration of the staff that he learned, this little magic he learned. It stopped them in their track, it froze them, paralyzed them. And then he started talking to him. Imagine somebody doing that to you, paralyzing you where you can't move. And then he just started talking calm to you like, hey, bro. This ain't what you want. No, I spoke to them words calm and peaceful, telling them the might of Atlantis. Hey, you dealing with something you can't handle right now. You dealing with something, you don't want to deal with this, right? We got power, bro. Imagine how they gonna look at this guy now. They probably gonna buy it out. Hey, praise ye. I ain't gonna say his name. We only praise the Lord over here. But, yo, this guy is the one. That's how they were, right? Saying we were the children of the sun and his messengers. The children of the sun. The children of the sun. Remember this. They were the children of the sun. Cowed I them by my display of magic science, until at my feet they growled, see? When I released them. They growled at his feet. They praised him to be God after that. They was like, yo, this guy, who is this man? Right? Long he dwelt there, you know, he conquered it until obeying the commands of the master, while sleeping yet lives eternally. So this the dweller. He sleeps in this body, this iguanti, and he travels in the spirit form majority of the times. This is what this is saying, right? This is basically what this is saying. I sent from me the sons of Atlantis, sent them in many directions. From that, the womb of time wisdom might arise again in her children. So, right here, he's just saying, you know, yeah, he sleeps eternally. And he sent from me the sons of Atlantis, sent them in many directions from the womb of time. So he just sent people around, you know. He dwelt there doing great works of wisdom, gave them more knowledge, gave the children of Kim knowledge, and they were impressed by his knowledge, his wisdom, right? Blessed I, then they passed to Amenti so that I might retain my power. So now he then blasted the path to hell. He blasted the path to hell that he might keep his powers, because clearly, you know, he couldn't sustain himself on earth. He couldn't keep these powers he had. So now he had to keep going to hell to get his powers back. Yeah, you can't make this up. He had to keep going back to hell to get this power from who else are you getting it from? Let's think about this. Who else are you getting this power from? That one that sit on that throne, right? The one that he said he spoke of? That's the only one I can see you can get that power from. The flower, the little fire flower. Okay, let's continue. Preserving the record. So, great grew the sons of Kim. So, these Egyptian people now grew great because they knew this wisdom now. Conquering the people around them. Growing slowly upwards and so forth. So now, this is where we got these Egyptian pagan gods. They got this wisdom, and they grew in might. Started just dominating. Hey, we got this power. Like, they became overwise and proud in their knowledge and their wisdom, and decided to use that in wickedness. Like we said, wickedness is the man that prolongs his life. So, no, conquering the people around them. Now, for a time, I grow among them into the dark halls of Amenti. Dark halls. You see what I'm saying? Deep in the halls of the earth, deep in hell, before the Lord of powers, before Satan, face to face once again with the dweller. Face to face with, I'm going to say, Lucifer is this guy right here, and then Satan is the dweller. Remember the dragon from the Revelations, and he appointed this person? Dweller is that person appointed. Raise high over the entrance, a doorway, gateway leading down to Amenti. So remember notice how a lot of these Egyptian people had like bodies with animals, like half animal, half man bodies, right? Notice that. And in the Bible, the Holy Scriptures, we see a lot of that going on in Revelations, right? And here's something out of that, right?
And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of Blasphemy.
Stood upon the sand of the sea. Remember those people on islands. Now, I'm not saying that's what this was, but to make sense of it, to make it, to give it, if there's any truth in it, let's say it is true. Now we got to find it in the Bible to be true, right? So I'm going to give light to it in that sense. Not saying that it's true, but we're going to compare and contrast. So we're going to show, okay, well, since you want to come up with your own theory on what's going on, let me come up with mine. And from the looks of it, I'm just coming up with scriptures, and it keeps slicing your scripture apart. So let's continue.
And the beast, which I saw, was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority.
So I say it's a dragon, right? And then he gave this other being power, his seat, his throne, and great authority.
And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death. And his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast.
So, like I said, I'm just going to compare it to this word, not saying that it's true, because we have different revelations, different beliefs on what this is. But to make sense of what Thoth is saying in his tablets, he's seen one wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast. So remember, he was saying that he reincarnates, wounded to death, and then healed it then. He had to go back to hell, get his power again. Go back to hell, get his power again. Go back to hell, get his power again, to the halls of Amenti, the dark halls of Amenti, underneath the world's earth's crust.
And they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. And power was given unto him to continue 42 months.
So he's able to live for a long time with this power.
And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name, and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven.
So remember, he kept going underworld, right? And he's blaspheming the people that dwell in heaven.
And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds, and tongues, and nations.
So, I mean, this is a little different, but we can see how a power was given to another being, and this being had power also, and had the authority of that being. So the dweller, is very close to the Lord of powers. Okay, so raised thy high over the entrance doorway gateway, lean down to Amenti. Few would be with courage to dare it. Few past the portal of dark Amenti, raised over the passage eye, a mighty pyramid, using the power that overcomes earth force. Deep and yet deeper place our forest house of chamber. From it carved out a circle passage reaching almost the great summit. So he forced his way down the hill, because he like, man, I need this power. This guy is sleeping. I don't know where he's at, and I need to get some more of this power. Like, I'm running low. I need more. These people might find me out and find out that I really don't have that much power that they think I have. I need to get some of this power back down there, right? So he made this crystal and all this stuff. So he built the Great Pyramid, made this science, a missionary. So he telling them, surely in time you are one with the master. Surely by right you are one with the master. Surely by right you are one with the all. Not depart from me. Know my commandments. Keep them and be with them. And I will be with you, helping guide you into the light. So through here I haven't seen any commandments. Let's hold on. If I see something, hold on now. So he said, few would dare to go down there. He made this thing. Other chambers are built, left vacant, all seeming, yet hidden within them were keys to Amenti. He who encouraged would dare the dark realm. So you see, who would courage to go to hell? Let him be purified first by long fasting. So let him depart from his physical body by fasting. You want to get into the spirit form, like Jesus taught. You want to get in the spirit when dealing with spiritual things. To get into this dark realm, you want to get into spirit form. Lie in the sarcophagus, whatever. I guess that's one of those. They look like those. It's like it's a body, but it's like a tomb or whatever, like a casket, but it's built with the image of a body or something, man. Then I revealed to him the great mystery. Soon he shall follow to where I shall meet him. So he's telling you how to come down to hell with him. Even in the darkness of earth shall I meet him. I thought, Lord of wisdom, meet him and hold him and dwell him with him always. Builded I the great pyramid, patterned after the pyramid of earth force, burning eternally so that it too might remain through the ages. In it I builded my knowledge of magic science, so that I might be here when again I return from Amenti. When he returned from hell, while I sleep in the halls of Amenti, my soul roaming free will incarnate, dwell among men in the form of another. So he's gonna dwell among friends and as other beings, out here wilding with wickedness, as you can see. is the only people that has all this wisdom and high powers. They all wicked. So if he was to come back and he's supposedly teaching everybody all this wisdom and giving men all this good knowledge, shouldn't everyone be free of everything? Shouldn't it be, shouldn't the world be perfect with his wisdom? No, he doesn't teach that type of wisdom. He doesn't teach that type of commandments. Jesus does. But they want to say that Jesus learned from him. Embassy on earth, I am of the dweller, fulfilling his command so that many might be lifted. Now return I to the halls of humanity down the hill, leaving behind me some of my wisdom. Preserve ye and keep ye command of the dweller. Keep the man of that beast. Live ever upwards your eyes towards the light. Surely in time. See, so this is just this is the first chapter, and as you can see, it had a lot of mysterious stuff in it, right? Had a lot of mysterious stuff in it, and that's why I wanted to go through that. But I want to go through this dweller, right? And I'm gonna go through one more after this. So just bear with me. I know this video is getting extra long, but this might be my longest video just because there's so much reading going on, and I gotta explain some of the stuff and compare and contrast. So we gotta get through this, okay? Just bear with me. Y'all woke up, y'all got some coffee or something. Yeah, I got some energy drink. I should take a pause break. I should take a break too. Okay, so let's get into it. So let me see how long this is, because this is a lot of reading. But I might have read too much of the first one. This is the one I actually wanted to read. So he dreamed of a burial land. So I'm going to skim through some of it. Aeon and eon, though existed it's in beauty, a light shining through the darkness of night. Mighty in power, ruling the earthborn, Lord of the earth in the latest day. So mighty in power, ruling the earthborn. So he ruled the world like God said. You know, Satan rules the world right now. Lord of the earth in the latest days. I mean, what more do y'all want? It's already written. This kills me, bro. King of nations, master of wisdom, light through suntel, and masquerading as an angel of light. I showed y'all this. Keep up the way, dwelt in his temple, master of you now, light of the earth in the latest day. So in latest day, we know the Lord of earth, we knew that was Satan. Master, he from a cycle beyond us, living in bodies as one amongst men. He was over there taking people's bodies like Satan, like demons do. They possess people and they live and do what they want to with them, right? Not as earthborn, he from beyond us. Son of a cycle, advanced beyond men. Son of a cycle, and it says S-U-N, not S-O-N. Son of a cycle, advanced beyond men. That means he wasn't of men. Know ye, O man, that harlot, the master, was never one with the children of men. He was never one. He never liked the children. He never liked men. Satan, Lucifer, didn't like man, because he knew man was created better than him. Was created eventually to be better than him, I should say. I mean, he has more power than man now. He clearly had all this knowledge and wisdom, but he knew man potential. He knew man could get this celestial body that Jesus showed us that we can get and become greater than he. So now he was mad, and he was never one with the children of men. Far in the past time when Atlantis first grew as a power, appeared there one with the key of wisdom, showing the way of light to all. So he came down and was like, man, I'm going to pick these group of people right here, because think about it. You know, you come down, he probably already masqueraded and did a bunch of stuff. So he just like, at this time, he like, look at these people. You know, remember back then they was having sex with people, so he probably just liked these people. Like, they might have been just a certain type of group of people where he liked them. You know, it's hard not to like other human beings. I mean, even the angels like humans. Like, they just, God loves them. So it's like, eventually he was going to fall to it. You know, he hated them, but eventually he's like, I could deal with these people right here. I can, they not that bad, I'm still about to rule them, but they ain't that bad. So this is the dweller we're talking about now. This is the dweller. So I wanted to show who he was. Show he all men the path of attainment, way of the light that flows among men, mastering darkness, leading the man soul upward to the heights that were one with the light. So he know he was one with the light at one point. He was with God at one point. So he's trying to, I guess, maybe this was his way of repentance back then. Just maybe he wanted to repent. Maybe he was like, God, let me show you something. I teach these men right here. Maybe he fell into a stage of repentance, because in life you go through different stages. Maybe this was a stage in his life where he just, let me try to repent, and God probably still looked back like, nah, this ain't enough. You still wilding out. You sending them down the hill, bro. And then he just went hellfire. He went pissed and just said, nah, you know what? Forget these humans. You know what I mean? Like, just everybody want to throw out their theories. Just something to think about. So, now, we know that Satan is the king of earth. So look what he can do with her. He can do anything he wants. So master in darkness, leading man. So divided the kingdoms. He into sections. So he divided these people into sections. 10 they were ruled by children of men. Hold on now. Hold on now. How much? Hold on now. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. So the 10 horns. Remember the word, the 10. Oh, this is Genesis. No, I bet. Let's go back to the Emerald Tablet. Divided the kingdoms he into sections. 10 were they ruled by the children of men. 10 horns. Upon another he built a temple, built not by the children of men. So he built his own place. Out of the ether, he called his substance, molded and formed by the power of Yotelin, into the forms he built with his mind. So this is a Satan-like being. This is like a angel-like being who can create like an angel can. Mile upon mile they covered the island, space upon space it grew in its might. Black, yet not black. Dark, like space-time. Deep in its heart, the essence of light. Swiftly the temple grew into being, molded and shaped by the word of the dweller, called from the formless into a form. So we know that God said he speaks, and it comes back not Toon Boy. So it happens. Remember, Lucifer strived to be like the Most High. So he had knowledge of knowing how to do what the Most High did, I'm guessing. Right? He knew how to do some of the things. He couldn't do everything, but he knew how to do some of the things. And mind you, I'm just giving y'all the Bible equivalent so y'all can't be like, oh, the Bible stole from this. When this is, the word was here before this. Just because it was written on paper 6,000 years ago, or whatever you think it was written, doesn't mean it wasn't already here. So I'm just giving y'all insight on that. Giving y'all, just the, because to me, so far, I'm calling cat. But I do feel like it's some truth in it because it do contain some wisdom. And I can't be mad at wisdom. I can't ignore wisdom. Wisdom is wisdom. So we gonna keep going. Call from the formless into a form. So he by the word he called it, he made it a form, he made the building happen by saying that's gonna happen. Then he started making it happen. Build it, just like we make things happen. Okay. Build the heathen within its great chambers, filled with forms called form for the ether, filled them with wisdom called form from his mind. Formless was he within his temple, yet he was formed in the image of men. So he was in spirit form, but then he formed himself into a man so you could see him as a man. Dwelling among them, yet not of them. So we see right here, he wasn't a human. He was one of the fallen from the angels, right? Strange and far different, and he was from the children of men. Chose he from among the people 3 who became his gateway. So this is when he chose those 3 people, right? Remember, I told you it was 3. It was him, the dweller. Then it was 3 people. Then it was his dad. Then it was him, right? So chose he 3 from the highest to become his links with Atlantis. So he found 3 men that was, I guess, the wisest. And he wanted to get with these people with Atlantis. Or maybe he chose 3, I don't know. But he chose 3 people. Measure this day who carried his counsel, the kings of the children of men. Brought he forth others and taught them wisdom. Teaches they to the children of men. Place he them on the island of Undal to stand as teachers of light to men. Each of those who were thus chosen taught must he be for years 5 and 10. So 50 years he must be taught. Only thus could he have understanding to bring light to the children of men. So they had to be taught for 50 years in order to learn this knowledge and understanding. Thus there came into the temple the dwelling place for the master of men. I, Thoth, have ever sought wisdom, searching in darkness and searching in light. Long in my youth have I traveled the pathway, seeking ever to new knowledge to gain, until striving, one of the 3 brought me to the light. So one of the 3 people came to him. So at first he said his dad, but I guess his dad was teaching in that temple. He was the mouthpiece of these 3. So I guess one of the 3 seen his child and was like, hey, what's up with your kid? Like, yo, he seemed like he very young, intelligent man. Maybe I should speak with him. So he brought him to the light. He brought him to the command, the dweller. Called me from the darkness into the light. Brought he me before the dweller. Deep in the temple before the great fire. This great fire in hell, right? There was the great throne, I beheld the dweller. There on the great throne beheld I the dweller. So now we know the dweller. Remember, they said the down in the throne was the Lord of might. But then he seen the dweller on his throne also. And remember in Revelation when we said right here, when, okay, and the beast which I saw like unto a leopard, and his feet was like a bear, his mouth like a lion, and the dragon gave him his power and his seat and his great authority. Remember that. So this dragon with the 10 horns, 7 heads, and the 7 heads and 10 horns, you know, he gave power to this beast and gave him his seat. Remember, it was when we read before in the tablet, there was this other being of might down on the throne, but now on this great throne, the dweller was there. So, you know, now, you know what I'm saying? Now, this is only a compare. This is just a theory. We're not going to say that this is what the Bible is talking about. We're not going that far. But since he had some of the words, since he had some of the word from the beginning, we're gonna call you what you are. We're gonna call you what you are from down below the earth. Satan. Right? We're not gonna give you no power over here. We're not the Egyptians that were scared of your little staff. Come back with your staff and see what it do now. See what it do now. I'm challenging you, Thoth. Come back with your staff and see what it does now. See if my mighty name Jesus doesn't cancel out your little paralyzation. Nah, you might have some more wisdom and do some crazy stuff. I ain't challenging you to a fight or nothing. But come and see let's see if your staff got that much power today. Right? There on the great throne I beheld the dweller, clothed with the light and flashing with fire. Down I knelt before that great wisdom, feeling the light flowing through me in waves. See? So he already praying to that guy. He praying to Satan. And and we thought him to be this God of the moon and this teacher of all wisdom. But he bowed to this person. The dweller is this person that y'all wanted to think he is, right? From his words. This is his words. This is his scriptures. What? Come on, people. Heard then I the voice of the dweller, O darkness, come into light. Long have ye sought the pathway to light. Each soul on earth that loosens his feathers shall soon be made free from the bondage of night. For from the darkness have ye arisen. Closer approach the light of your goal. Here ye shall dwell as one of my children, keeper of records gathered by wisdom. Instrument thou of the light from beyond. Ready by thou made to do what is needed. Preserver of wisdom through the ages of darkness, that shall come fast on the children of men. So he told him to record stuff now. He's a keeper of records. He did have that title, keeper of records. Live thee here and drink of all wisdom. Secrets and mysteries unto thee shall unreal. Then I answered master of cycles, saying, O light that descended on men, give thou, O light that descended to men. O Lucifer that fell from the heavens. O light that descended to men. Give thou me of thy wisdom that I might be a teacher of men. Give thou that light that I may be free. So he's asking Satan, Lucifer, for this knowledge. And mind you, Lucifer was a beautiful angel. Who knows if he regretted when he fell? He let Satan get a hold of him. Who knows he regretted it, right? I'm starting to think that Satan and Lucifer are different. And Lucifer fell to Satan, right? Even though him to be still, he has this wickedness in him still. But he looks like he regretted his decision in becoming the Most High. But then he came down here and then he said, hey, I could be a Most High down here. And this is what he done. This is what it looks like. Just a theory. Spoke then to me again, the master, again, age after age shall ye live through. Your wisdom, okay, give thee now greater wisdom. So he wanted greater wisdom to infinity. Long I dwelt with the dweller. He dwelt with him, followed I the path of the stars. He plowed deep into the earth's heart. I followed the pathway, learning the secrets below as above. Learning the pathway of the hall of Amenti. Learning the law that balances the world. So he learned about the law of the world. To the earth hidden chambers pierced thou by wisdom, deep through the earth's crust, into the pathway hidden for ages from the children of men. Unreal before me, ever more wisdom until I reached a new knowledge. Found that all is part of an all, great and yet greater than all that we know. So he said all is part of an all. Right? So let's think about this, right? Let me make this example. Think of a water drop. Just one single water drop. Everything in that water drop is part of that water drop. If you look in a microscope and you see some parasites or whatever it be, small particles, and they have like a little island and they got to land on it, and there's little other smaller things down there living. And let's just say this, in a water drop. All this happened in a water drop. All that is part of that water drop. This is what he mean when he say he found all is part of all. So all inside this bubble is part of everything. Is part of everything. It's just part of this whole bubble, right? So this is what he found out with his new knowledge. Great and yet greater than all that we know. Search thy infinity's heart through all the ages. Deep and yet deeper, more mysteries are found. So he went through hell. All these angels down there, they got all this knowledge. Because think about it. The angels, the third of the angels, they had a lot of knowledge of the heaven. They seen all of the heavens, most likely. Surely Lucifer did. So imagine the knowledge and wisdom he had. So, of course, this guy is just like, whoa. Like, everything is so shocking to him. It's wonders. Now, as I look back through the ages, that wisdom is boundless, ever growing greater throughout the ages. So now he's saying wisdom has no end. You can always gain more wisdom. You can't get too much wisdom, because throughout the ages, as you grow as a being, as a child grows older, he gains more wisdom. As you go older, the more wisdom you get. It just happens like that. He's telling you that wisdom even grows also. It grows greater as time goes. One with the infinities greater than all. Light there was in ancient Atlantis, yet darkness too was hidden in all. Fell from the light into darkness some who had risen to heights among men. So, fell from the light into darkness some who had risen to heights among men. Proud they became because of their knowledge. See, proud they became because of their knowledge. Proud were they. Let me make sure you can see this. Because I might be. Okay, so he's saying light was in ancient Atlantis, yet darkness was darkness too was hidden in all. So he's saying some of the people at Atlantis was good and evil. It wasn't just good people. Like they probably want to portray it, but it was darkness in them too. Fell from the light into the darkness, some who had risen to heights among men. So he's saying that some that found this light and know that maybe this light, it seemed like he wanted to do good with the light, but he didn't know that it was dark light. Shit, dark light. He didn't know that. So he said some fell into darkness. Some took this light and fell into wickedness. As this light, this is where this light is coming from. And the core of what this light is coming from is wickedness. So of course they fell into that. Proud they became because of their knowledge. Proud were they of their place among men. They were high and mighty, like I was saying earlier. Deep dwelled they into the forbidden, opened the gateway that led below. They opened a portal to hell. You can't make this up, people. Because of their knowledge, because they were overwise. Remember the scripture, and they opened a gateway to hell. Look at these people. Sought they to gain ever more knowledge, but seeking to bring it up from below. So like he did, remember when he's going back down there to get more power? They figured, hey, we gonna go back down there too. We want some more of this stuff they got down there. You know, these angels down there got the juice. We want some more of that. And we want to bring it up with us. We want to take this back to the crib. We don't want to have to keep going back down there, yo. We don't want to keep doing that. That's what they saying. He who descends below must have balance, else he is bound by lack of our light. Ooh. So this is what he's saying here. You must have a balance of your light and darkness. And that I'm guessing that light gotta outweigh that darkness. Because if you go down there and it doesn't, you will get stuck down there. You'll be bound down there. Open they then by their knowledge pathways forbidden to man. So now they open the gate to hell. But in his temple, all seeing the dweller lay in his aguanti, his body, while through Atlantis his soul roamed free. So his body was still there, but his soul was just roaming wherever he wanted to go. Just doing whatever he wanted to do. Hey, I'm looking at, watching these people and they private do what they doing. He was out there being a perv. Sounds like he was out there just wilding out. You know what I'm saying? Well, why you leaving your body roaming the city for? Yeah, you're a dweller. You already seen what's going on. What you out there roaming for? You trying to prive in on people personal business? This is what you trying to do. You laid up in your little casket and you out here space traveling? You out here peeping in on people? Watching people have sex probably? You perv? This dweller was a perv. The dweller was wilding. He was wilding. I tell you that much. He had all this wisdom and power. What he out there roaming? Come on, man. He saw the Atlanteans by their magic opening the gateway that would bring the earth to a great woe. So he seen them about to open this portal. Like, hold on, man. Like, I just gave y'all this knowledge because I was really just messing with y'all right now. I was just chilling. I wanted to see what y'all were doing. I wanted to watch y'all have sex. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be entertained and give y'all a little sauce. But now y'all just lost y'all mind. I know y'all had the potential to do a lot, but I didn't think y'all would take it this far. I didn't think y'all would take it this far. Y'all are bugging. That's basically what just happened. You know, Flase fled his soul back then to his body. So whilst he was out there spying on somebody, he like, oh crap. They opened up the portal, y'all. Let me run back to my body. He flew back in his body. Called he the three mighty messages. Hey y'all, what was y'all doing? Like, was y'all not paying attention to this? I can't go spy on these people in peace. I was out here catching great action just now. Like, what's up with y'all? I guess back then they didn't have TVs. They couldn't watch pornos, right? Sorry for the explicitness, but this is how I gotta talk right now. They couldn't watch it, so he had to go spy. Cause what else is you roaming free for? What are you trying to see in the spirit form? You got this path where you live down there below earth. You got all this power to do all this stuff. People can't look at you or you die. But yet you roaming through earth. And you got to make this make sense. Hey, Carson, you got to make that make sense, bro. Because you see you messing with somebody with a lot of wisdom also. Thoth got some wisdom. But I'm a searcher of wisdom also. They probably would have invited me down there too. Like, hey man, you want to see what's going on? I'm pretty sure they would have invited me. And not the sound like these guys would. And what do you say? Proud they became of their knowledge. Because I'm not saying I'm very knowledgeable. My memory is lacking. But my wisdom, my understanding is at a good level, I would say. And I'm understanding this scripture. I'm understanding the thought. This is not that hard. It's not mind-blowing to me. I'm not wowed by this. It's just like, okay. Okay, word. Ooh. If I seen more of this knowledge too, I would be able to decipher it kind of like he did. In my heart, that's what I believe. I'm not saying this to make it seem like I'm just this wise person, the wisest person in the world, but like I asked for wisdom from my God and he gave it to me. And it's just that simple. This is not wisdom that I acquired just living life. This is wisdom I asked for. Right? So this is what we're gonna keep doing. So he roamed free. He was out there spying on folks, man. Then he came back, rushing back, like, hey, what's y'all doing? He called the three great mighty messengers, gave the commands that shattered the world. So he told them, hey, tilt the world, bro. Tilt. Hey, yo, hit the foundation right quick. Go up under there, hit the foundation, and knock the water over these people because they bugging. Because think about this. Why would he have to destroy the place? I mean, these other humans was pretty powerful. Like, they were getting on a level of, that level that, what God intended us to be. They probably was like getting to that type of level. And, he probably couldn't stop that, like, with them together. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what Satan knows. He knows that we come together and come as a power together. Like, he can't do nothing. He knows this. So he goes and deceives us and breaks us apart and splits us up, and to make it easier to control. Because if we came together, it'd be like, whoa, like what? These people are unstoppable, right? So that's what he had to do. He couldn't just go there and just, hey, y'all stop doing this. What y'all was wrong? He couldn't do that. Because clearly if he could have, he would have did that in the spirit form, for one. Or when he came back to his Guanti, he would have went to them and say, what are y'all doing? Stop it and cut it off, right? So, deep beneath the earth crust, to the halls of Amenti, swiftly descended the dweller. Call he then on the powers of the seven lords wielded, changed the earth balance. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads. So we have them 10 cities, them 10 islands. Now we have these 7 lords. And then we have this person that had power and the great seat of authority. Just a theory, y'all. Something to think about. Then he called on the powers of the seven lords bill to change the earth balance. So he told them folks down there, hey, knock the earth over. People bugging, bro. They about to come down there and take y'all power. I advise y'all to go ahead and tilt the world. So they did what they had to do. They sank Atlantis, shattered the doorways and all this stuff. Shattered all that. He preserved the teachers. He called on Thoth, telling him, take your wisdom. This when he told him, go to Kim. And look what this guy said. He said he gathered the sons of Atlantis into the spaceship. I brought all my workers. Spaceship. How did he know the word space back then? And how did a spaceship? How did he know the word? When was the word space invented? Because he was calling the heavens heaven. So what was space? What was space? That's why I say this cap, because the wisdom in this isn't the wisdom isn't even like mind blowing. The wisdom of the Bible I can live by. I can take that wisdom and live by it and live a righteous, perfect life. This wisdom that is in here is really nothing to live by. It's just like, oh, if you get this wisdom, if you this great, you can do this stuff. And everybody else got to just live with what they got to live with. What kind of wisdom is that? I like Jesus' wisdom better. It's for everyone. When did the term space become in use? Space exploration. The early mention of space in relation to the outer space attributed to the 17th century English poet John Milton that used it in the epic poem Paradise Lost. So this doesn't seem like it was 30,000 years ago. It doesn't sound like it was. The shorter term space is actually older, first used to mean a region beyond Earth's sky in John Milton's Paradise Lost in 1667. Come on, man. So how did he use the word space? Spaceship. Let's see when was the word spaceship first used. Spacecraft. What year was the word spaceship first used in? Smithsonian space exploration. The credit for spaceship in the sense of a manned spacecraft usually goes to J.J. Astor's 1894 novel A Journey in the Other Worlds, a futuristic tale set in the year 2000. However, spaceship also appears in 1880 Paul Ma Gazette in reference to Jules Verne 20 years before the first airplane took flight. So how did he use the word spaceship? You know what I mean? How did he use the word spaceship? I don't know. That's weird to me. That's why I say this is cap. But I'm giving it my theory only if it coincides with my Bible or my Holy Scriptures. Other than that, it's all cap to me. I'm just be honest. I mean, not all cap. Like he did, I guess, exist in some way. And he did have some kind of wisdom that he gained from, like I said, this is why I am comparing it. This is why I am showing light to both sides, because I'm showing you where he got his life from. But they say the Bible was only just created and all this stuff, but in the world was, little wisdom you may have if you don't know these things. Okay, so. Okay, he went down a row up, then we rose in the morning. So this is when he went, open a path, then Minty. They fled towards the sun. Remember that. He buried his spaceship beneath, what they say, he buried it beneath the Sphinx. Right, that's what he got a form. And then he's telling you, okay, oh man, that far in the future, invaders shall come from out of the deep. So he's telling you, invaders will come out of hell. He says, then awake, ye who have wisdom, bring forth my ship and conquer them with ease. So he's saying, go get my spaceship from underneath the Sphinx when these demons come from hell, and y'all will beat them with ease. They won't stand a chance. Deep leave the image lies my secrets. Search them and find the pyramids I built. So he's telling you where to search and stuff. So this is the dweller. So we know the dweller. We see how the dweller compares with the Satan in Revelations. How he compares with Lucifer. And this is where he got this knowledge from. But I feel like it was like how he told Eve, remember how he told Eve, hey, surely you won't die if you get this knowledge. And it was almost like it wasn't, the whole thing was disobeying God. But she did gain knowledge. So it's almost like he's doing the same thing with Thoth. And it's like, you're going to gain this knowledge of light, but surely you shall die. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so I'm going to read one more part. And this part is going to show me that Thoth actually knew of the Most High. Yes, he did know of the Most High, and we will see him written about by Thoth himself. Now, this is another long read, but this one isn't as long as the other one. So let's go through it. List ye, O man, to the deep hidden wisdom, lost to the world since the time of the dwellers, lost and forgotten by men of this age. Let me bring it back on the screen. Sorry, y'all. Know ye, this earth is but a portal, guarded by powers unknown to man. So, know ye that this earth is but a portal. So, he's basically saying, like, earth is not the only place you can go to right now. You know what I mean? And it's guarded by powers unknown to man. Yet, the dark lords hide the entrance. Who's the dark lords? So now it's literally like he's having an awakening in this, it looks like. You know what I mean? Because he's saying, lost in the world since the time of the dwellers, lost and forgotten by men of this age. And he's telling you that earth is but a portal, meaning you can leave earth. Remember, we only know our part of earth. And till the flat earth is out there, we know that it's surrounded by an ice wall. You go past this ice wall, where would you be? The entrance is hidden. And then we know that, I mean, from his scriptures, that they had a pathway to hell, right? From his scriptures, right? Yet the dark lords hide the entrance that leads to the heaven-born land. And now he's talking about Sheol. Know ye that the way of the spirit of Arulu is guarded by barriers open only to light-born men. So the spirit of Arulu, what's the spirit? I'm guessing that's a planet, maybe. It's guarded by barriers open, but no, does not say that. Only to light-born man. So the spirit of Arulu, the circle of ice wall, I'm gonna take that. It's guarded by barriers open only to light-born men. Who's light-born men? Let's find out. Upon earth, I am the holder of keys to the gates of the sacred land. So he has the keys there. Command I by the powers beyond me to leave the keys to the world of man. So he left the keys here. Before I depart, I give ye secrets of how ye may rise from the bondage of darkness, cast off the fetters of flesh that have bound ye, rise from darkness into light. So he's saying, I got the keys to get out your body and enter this other land. You know, to enter hell. That's what he's saying. Know ye, the soul must be cleansed of his darkness. So you see, he has forbidden knowledge. He has knowledge that Satan gave him to enter hell. And he doesn't even know it because he searched for wisdom. He got lost. He doesn't even know that he's not even doing the right thing anymore. So he's just going along with it now. This is what's happening. All right? Just watch. Before I depart, I give you the secrets of how you may rise. So he's showing you, okay, y'all can get up out of this. Know ye, the soul must be cleansed of his darkness. So he's saying, like, he over time, remember, he says he went through ages. So even though he had Satan's knowledge, eventually he started to see, remember, he looked into the hearts of men. So eventually he started to see, like, oh, hold on now, like, is this right? So he said that the soul must be cleansed of its darkness. So you must stop sinning. Ere ye may enter the portals of light. Thus I establish among the mysteries, so that the secrets may be always be found. So he's telling you got to be cleansed of darkness. Though man may fall into darkness, so you may sin, always the light shine as a guide. So even though you may sin, the light always shine. And we know this to be true. So see, I say he has some wisdom. We know this to be true. He's not speaking nothing new that we don't already know. Okay? Hidden in darkness, veiled in symbols, always the way to the portal will be found. So he's talking about his portal to hell. So we don't really care about his little symbols and portals to hell, right? Man in the future will deny the mysteries, but always the way the seeker will find. So he's saying someone like me might deny that he has a portal. I'm not really denying this portal. I'm not denying this portal to hell. I don't want to go to hell. I don't care about the knowledge of hell. I don't care about the knowledge they have. I can care less about it. I'm not seeking for that knowledge of hell. I'm not seeking for that light that they have. I'm good. No, but the men that are, they will deny the mysteries, but always the way the seeker will find. So, someone that's seeking to be this all-powerful person, like the proud ones that the knowledge went to their heads, like those pharaohs and those people of, probably those Greek gods and lowercase g and all these pagan gods, they clearly had this knowledge. And this is why God, says, a lot of things about not following these guys. Because all they were proud men of wisdom and knowledge that they had, that God gives us the ability to attain. God gives us the ability to attain all this. He doesn't just say, I'm ruling out all this stuff to you. Only some things. Some things that isn't revealed, like he said. Even he said that. But okay. Let's keep it going. Now I command ye to maintain my secrets, given only to those who ye have tested. So you see what I'm saying? His is only for certain people. You can't gain. If you die, you just die with him. Like, you don't get anything. You screwed. If you don't go ahead and get in his secrets, if you don't go find his secrets wherever that is, like, how you expect everybody to find your secrets, bro? Like, what is you on? You know what I mean? So you could tell this is some pagan, this is some wicked stuff, because only those people can come, like these little wicked people, okay? They only want to search this power. Let's think about it. Anybody that wants to search for this power only wants it to dominate or conquer. That's it. Okay, so now I command you, maintain my secret. So see, that's why I said, it seems like through ages he traveled, he's having an enlightening moment. Now I command you to maintain my secrets, given only to those that ye have tested, so that the pure may not be corrupted. Remember I said, the only reason they would get this is to be corrupted. But he's telling you right now, hey, don't only get this to the people worthy, so that those pure may not be corrupted, so that the power of truth may prevail, because this power will corrupt you. This devilish power will corrupt you. List ye now on the unveiling of mystery. List the symbols of mystery I give. Make it a religion, for only thus will its essence remain. So he's telling you, make this a religion. I don't know what religion that is. Regions are there two between this life and the great one, traveled by the souls who depart from this earth Regions, there are two between this life and the great one. So he says, two regions between this life and the great one, traveled by the souls who depart from this earth. Remember I told you it's Sheol, right? But he's going to say something else. You remember I told you it's the hell place, and then the place that's pretty kosher. Duat, the home of the powers of illusion. Sekhet, Hesped, the house of the gods. Orisis, the symbol of the guard of the portal, who turns back the souls of unworthy men. So this is the people that turns back the souls of the people going to hell. So these are the fallen angels of Saints Light, and they, they turn back the souls of unworthy men. You can't come down here on this type of flame and this type of. Right now, you can't come to the halls, man. You can't just come up in our club. You gotta show us something. Beyond lies the spirit of the heaven-born powers, a ruler, the land where the great ones have passed. There, when my work among men has been finished, but I join the great ones of my ancient home. So remember, I told you, you got the hell place where the wicked will go, and then you have the place down where supposedly the great ones will go. So this is where he wants to go. He wants to go back down there with them. All right. 7 are the mansions of the house of the mighty. Whether we know the word mansions, we're not going to get into that right now, though. 3 guard the portal of each house from the darkness. 15, the ways that led to Duat. 12 are the houses of the lords of illusion, facing 4 ways, each of them different. This sounds real familiar. We're not going to get into that right now. 40 and 2 are the great powers, judging the dead who seek the portal. 40 and 2 are the great powers, judging the dead who seek for the portal. So these ones down here, whoever trying to get down there, they got to get through these 42 great powers. They got to be worthy. 4 are the sons of Horus. 2 are the guards of east and west of Isis, the mother who pleads for her children, queen of the moon, reflecting the sun. So now he's talking about these pagan gods, these ones that was with him in Egypt. Ba is the essence, living forever. Ka is the shadow man knows as life. Ba cometh not until Ka is incarnate. These are the mysteries preserved through the ages. So he's telling you some dark knowledge. Keys are they life and of death. Hear ye now the mystery of mysteries. Learn of the circle beginningless and endless, the form of he who is one and in all. So here we go right here. Keys are they of life and of death. Hear ye now the mystery of mysteries. Learn of the circle beginningless and endless, the form of he who is one and in all. Listen and hear it. Go forth and apply it. Thus will ye travel the way that I go. Mystery and mystery, yet clear to the light born. The secret of all I now will reveal. So now he's revealing the secret that he found out through all the ages. No, he didn't learn all this knowledge from the dweller, from his dad, from these, from man's heart, from everywhere. But now he's giving you the secret of all secrets. I would declare a secret to the initiated, but let the door be wholly shut against the profane. All right. 3 is the mystery come from the great one. Here and light on thee will dawn. In primeval dwell 3 unities. Other than these, none can exist. There are the equilibrium source of creation. One God. So, whoa. What did he say? What did he say? So forget all these other gods, all these other gods, even him. They consider him a god. Forget all that. He's telling you, dwell there 3 unities. Other than these, none can exist. one God, one truth, one point of freedom. So one God, his word, and his way to salvation, his way to become with him, one with him. Thoth, you got wise, my brother. You became wise. Now you becoming wise. Before you was lost, kind of. But this was your mystery. This was his secret. The secret of all I now reveal. The secret. One God. Do we see this? He understood. This is why, in Egypt time, there were ones that followed the God of Israel. Some didn't, but some did. And I'm guessing that he came down to him and pretty much told him, hey, I guess he was worthy of knowing this. So he finally came forth. Now let's see what else he says. 3 come forth from the 3 of the balance. All life, all good, all power. So we know God to be the giver of life, holy, and almighty. He comes forth with another truth and wisdom. I give you that, Thoth. I agree with this also. So I agree with his statement of one God. I'm naming it my own names from my wisdom. But, I'll take his words also, but it's definitely coming. What I'm saying is the one that's what it is. His is what he thinks it is, right? But especially the same thing in a sense. So 3 come from the 3 of the balance. All life, all good, all power. He's just separated in 3s. I don't know why. 3 are the qualities of God in his light home. Infinite power, infinite wisdom, infinite love. Now he's saying it's 3 qualities, but it's just one. He has infinite ability. Like this is just, we know he has almighty power. We know he has almighty wisdom. And we know he's all loving. All the characteristics of our God. Thoth, you on the right path, ain't you? You see this, Carson? You see the God you don't believe? Even your own Thoth is speaking of him. Even your own person has him in his scriptures now. Well, how do you know it's the same God? Because he has the same characteristics. Before he wasn't speaking, he was speaking about the dweller, this mighty one on his throne, this one beneath the earth's crust. But now he says, yo, I got the real secret. And mind you, this is in the books. I think it was like 2 extra books. And this is the one confirming the other books, I'm guessing. And this is his secrets. He told you the secret of all. This is what he's telling you after that. I can't make this up, people. This is in the book. You see me click it. You see me read it. All right? So he has infinite love. So y'all see it. 3 come forth, the best, all life, all good, all power, infinite wisdom, infinite love. 3, all power is given to the masters. So 3, all power is given to the ones that come upon earth in the name of this one God to transmute evil, assist good, and use discrimination. Don't judge. Use discrimination. Assist the good and get rid of evil. Turn evil to light. Turn evil to good. I agree with this. Okay. Like I said, I don't know why he keeps on putting it in 3s, but whatever. Let's keep it going. 3 are things inevitable for God to perform. Manifest power, wisdom, and love. Not bad. He sounded like he met with someone that showed him some things. 3 are the powers creating all things. Divine love possessed of perfect knowledge. Divine wisdom knowing all possible means. Divine power possessed by the joint will of divine love and wisdom. So we know wisdom and love is, God is all love and all wisdom. We know this. 3 are circle states of existence. the circle of light where dwells nothing but God, and only God can traverse it. The circle of chaos where all things by nature arise from death. The circle of awareness where all things spring from life. So, the circle of light where nothing dwells but God. So, we know that God dwells everywhere. From the end to the beginning. And he's saying in the circle of light dwells nothing but God. And only God can move around this. He's admitting that, remember, he's saying he traveled through all these places. The dweller traveled through, but he's telling you that only God can traverse this place. In the circle of chaos where all things by nature arise from death. So from the darkness came the light. From the dark. So this chaos is the vibration, the movement of things, the way, vibration comes, your voice is vibration, the word, how things were created. God said he created things from the word. The word existed already. So we know there's the be, okay. And the circle of awareness where all things spring life from. So just knowing what you're going to make. The awareness to know what you're creating. All things animate are 3 states of existence. Chaos or death. So all 3 things. So you're already basically saying chaos or death. Liberty and humanity and felicity of heaven. So the light of heaven, liberty, that law written on your heart, and, death. But we can be deaf, so I don't know. We can leave that alone. 3 necessities control all things. I was trying to get along, but I'm trying to get through this because we're almost 2 hours, 30 minutes. Oh my goodness. I know y'all tired. Y'all probably cut this off by now, like, man. But if you're still there with me, doing great. 3 necessities control all things, beginning in the great deep, the circle of chaos, plenitude in heaven. So now he's speaking of heaven. Remember before, he was speaking of the underworld. Remember, the underworld is the halls of this underworld. All this stuff about the underworld beneath the earth's crust. Remember that. But now it's like his whole tune has changed. For a secret has been revealed to him. I wonder who gave him this secret. Maybe Melchizedek. Maybe Enoch. Somebody gave him this knowledge. I wonder who. He wasn't talking like this before when he was with the dweller. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't talking this kind of talk before when he was with the dweller. He was out there freezing people, leaving his body being a pervert. I don't think he was doing that, but the dweller definitely was, right? 3 are hindrances. Lack of endeavor to obtain knowledge, non-attachment to God, attachment to evil. For we know this. You want to gain wisdom. A fool would say God isn't real. He knows himself not to be a fool. This is why he's acknowledged him now. Lack of endeavor to attain knowledge, non-attachment to God, and attachment to sin. Forsaking God and attachment to sin. We know this to be true. Thoth, we know this to be true. You're saying some true words right now. Y'all see? Do y'all see this? In man, the 3 are manifest. 3 are the kings of power within. 3 are chambers of the mysteries, yet not found in the body of man. Hear ye now of he who is liberated. So now, see, he's liberated. Now he was free. He's free from that Satan grip now. Free from the bodies of life into light, knowing the sources of all worlds shall be open. Even the gates of Arulu shall not be barred. Yet he, O man, who wouldest enter heaven, if ye be not worthy. Now listen to this warning from this he's saying to you. He, O man, who would want to enter heaven, if ye be not worthy, better it be to fall into the fire. Better it be to fall into hell. Carson, you say that hell isn't real. Even your man's is telling you hell is real. He just basically said it. Better it be to fall into the fire. What do we know the fire to be? Hell. So if you're not worthy, you try to get to heaven. Better you might as well go to hell because you better off going to hell because it's worse. It must be a worse punishment. Know ye the celestials pass through the pure flame at every revolution of heavens. They bathed in the fountains of light. And we know the fountains of light, the light that God shine upon you is a light with the feeling of, just think about the best feelings in the world. Like you winning the championship, you getting married, you having firstborn child, you know what I'm saying, your honeymoon with your wife, the feeling of that, eating your best meal cooked by the, perfect meal, and you're hungry and you've been wanting it for all year and you finally get this meal, getting the highest grade on your test, being the highest top of your class, all that feeling. Just imagine if you had a week long of all that and feeling that at one time. People acknowledging you, everybody praising you, all that feeling one time don't amount to what it feels like to feel in the presence of God. This is why they say those people just be around them singing praises, because imagine sitting there basking in that light, you feeling like that the whole time. I wouldn't even want to. Why would you want to just sit around God and pray? I wouldn't want to leave. You're feeling this feeling the whole time. I'm going to just chill. Hey. Praises to the Most High. All praises due to Him. Because you're going to be feeling amazing. Why? You're not even going to, you do understand. You don't even, your human brain doesn't even understand this feeling. It's going to feel so amazing. You're going to be like, hey, this light. They bathed in the fountains, they bathed in it. It's like, don't remove me from this. I don't want to leave this place. I don't want to, it's it's no feeling like this. You got to realize this. In the pure flame, you remember? Okay, so, list ye, O man, to this mystery. Long in the past, before ye were man-born, I dwelt in Atlantis. There in the temple, I drank of the wisdom poured of a fountain of light from the dweller. So he got this wisdom from the dweller. Or he's talking about in the past. Give the key to ascend to the presence of light in the great world. Stood I before the Holy One. So, bam. Give the key to ascend to the presence of light in the great world. Stood I before the Holy One. Who is this Holy One? We only know one Holy One. Now, like I said, with him, I'm still calling cap. I'm not agreeing with him, but I'm showing you that even he knows there to be the Most High God. This is what I'm trying to say. Even though he might not, it might be twisted up, but we don't need to follow what he's talking about. Because we have our own way through Jesus. We don't need it. His way is only for people that's trying to do wickedness. Like, straight up. Like, it sounds interesting. I'm not really impressed. I thought it would be more. Like, I'm not impressed. Honestly, like, if my younger self might have been like, whoa. Oh, but I didn't study so much of this stuff. And I came to my realization, and I landed here. This is where I landed, and I know it to be true now. And it's really nothing that moves me like this. Like, he got to come hit me with a staff for it to move me. Like, I'm sorry. Like, something got to happen for it to move me. And So stood I before the Holy One, and thrown in the flower of fire. Remember the burning bush. Veiled was he by the lightnings of darkness. Veiled was he by the lightings of darkness. Else my soul by the glory have been shattered. So listen to what he said. He couldn't even see him, or his soul would have been shattered. He's by the Holy One. Who we know the Holy One to be? There's only one Holy One to us. You know what I'm saying? There's only one Holy One to us. Let's see if we got some Holy One. Oh, we had a scripture right here. We had a scripture right here.
saying, Let us alone. What have we to do with thee, thou Jesus of Nazareth? Art thou come to destroy us? I know thee who thou art, the Holy One of God.
Who do we know the Holy One to be? And this is when who was talking to him say, you come to destroy us. This is when that the guy was possessed, you know, that unclean spirit, and those went traveling in people's bodies. There we go. And the Holy One told him, "Hey, get up out of there." You know what I mean? That's what we know the Holy One to be. I don't know this Holy One he's speaking of, but it looks like he kind of came to his senses. But maybe he still got it wrong. But at least he got on the right track, you would say, right? Now, I'm kind of proud of him. Kind of proud of you, Thoth. I'll just play. He probably got way more wisdom than me, but what kind of wisdom he has? I mean, I know he has more wisdom than me. Clearly, like I'm not saying I'm on this guy's level at all. Like this guy was mind blown. This guy was mind blown. But I can care less about the knowledge he had. I can care less about his wisdom. I have Jesus. You see how that feels to say that? You don't even have to care about this little knowledge he has. I mean, it's cool. Sounds fun. Sounds like something to see. So he said that by the glory of this Holy One, his soul would have been shattered. So remember, okay, so we're going to keep going. Forth from the feet of his throne, like the diamond. Remember it sound. Remember how the throne was in Revelation sound. But I want to ask this the Billy Carson guy. I remember him saying, "Oh, God is not this person in the sky, or he's not this. I think he's all everywhere. The universe, the worlds of the worlds, the overworld, all this crap he says." But even your own man is explaining someone. Even he's explaining someone that has a throne. Like the diamond, a clear throne, rolled forth 4 rivers of flame from his footstool. Sounds familiar? Rolled through the channels of clouds to the man world. Filled with the hall with spirits of heaven. So he's saying all around him were the hosts of heaven. Wonders of wonders was the starry place. So in this place that he was in, where his throne was, it was wonders. And the host of heaven was there, like I said, basking in his light, praising him, singing praises like they say like they did. Above the sky, remember, every time he spoke, he talked about going underworld. This time he's talking about going above the sky. Like a rainbow of fire and sunlight will form the spirits. So above the sky, like a rainbow of fire, the sunlight. So these spirits is formed like a rainbow. Saying they the glories of the Holy One. Saying they the glory of the Holy One. Then from the midst of the fire came a voice. Behold the glory of the first cause. I beheld that light high above all darkness. Reflected in my own being, I attained, as it were, to the gods of all gods, the spirit son, the sovereign of the sun spirits. In the midst of the fire, a voice came. So this must be a different fire. behold the glory of the first cause. So this fire is telling him, behold the Holy One. I beheld that light high above all darkness. So this light, this fire is saying, I beheld that light high above all darkness, reflected in my own being, I attained, as it were. So he's saying to the gods of all gods, the Holy One, the Spirit Son, the Almighty Spirit, the Sovereign of Sun Spirits, the ruler of all suns, the ruler of all light. There is one, look how he ends it. There is one who, even the first, who have no beginning, who have no end, who have made all things, who govern all, who is good, who is just, who illuminates, who sustains. But Mr. Carson here says, oh, it's just the universe. It's the God, but it's a God in all of us. And no, that's not what he's explaining right here. He did say all was in all at one point, but this Holy One is a being that tells you you must be good, just, and there's rules to it. There's laws to it. It's not like you just live here out here and just do what you want to, manifest stuff in life, try to reincarnate, and yeah, you're going to live with the Holy One. No, that's not what the Holy One tells us. You think he had that knowledge? Then from the throne there poured a great radiance, surrounding and lifting my soul by his power. Swiftly I moved through the spaces of heaven. See, he's in heaven now. He's not in a spaceship. He's not on the earth. Shown was I the mystery of mysteries, shown the secret heart of the cosmos. So he showed him heaven. Carried was I to the land of Arulu, stood before the lords in their houses. So I'm guessing that's the place of Sheol. Opened they the doorway so I might glimpse the primordial chaos. Shuttered my soul to the vision of horror. So he came to a doorway and they showed him the chaos. So how things were created. And he was frightened. It shook his soul like, whoa, scary. To the vision of horror. Shrank back my soul from the ocean of darkness. So he shrank back my soul from the ocean of darkness. Then I saw need for barriers. So his soul shrank back from the ocean of darkness. So he wasn't, it was like he didn't even have the light no more. He got back in the darkness. He ain't had the light no more. And he seen the need to say, cover this up. I can't take this. I need the people that's in the Rulu that showed me this chaos. Cover this up. It's too much for me to handle. This is scary. This is basically what he's saying. This is the so-called Egyptian god, right? That came to his senses, it sound like. Only they, with their infinite balance, could stand in the way of the impouring chaos. Only they could guard God's creation. So, we know about them angels we know about these angels. Then did I pass around a circle of 8, saw all the souls who had conquered the darkness, saw the splendor of light where they dwelled. So, now he's seeing some of the men that conquered sin. Some of the men that Jesus probably took up to heaven, he's seen where they were, right? And he's seen the splendor of the light they dwelled in, this heavenly light. Long I to take my place in their circle. So long he wanted to go to heaven. But long I also for a way I had chosen, where I stood in the halls of, where he stood in hell. Where he said, hey, I want to teach the world. Give them wisdom, from Lucifer. It made choice for the work I would do. Passed I from the halls of Arulu down to the earth space where my body lay. So now he's returning back to earth because he left in his spirit form. arose out from the earth where I rested, stood I before the dweller. So now the dweller at him like, hey, what happened? What you doing, bro? Like, the dweller probably was back from his little privy, and he was probably back from his little spying on others. And now he's spying on him in his form. He's spying on his body now. In his real body, he's spying on this on Thoth's body while he out the body. He's just looking at his body. What can I do with this guy? The dweller was weird, bro. I'm sorry, the dweller was weird. He gave my pledge to renounce my great right until my work on earth was completed, until the age of darkness be past. So he told him, hey, you seen up there, you was able to get up there. I can't go up there no more. But you seem worthy enough to go up there. See, he got the wisdom from Lucifer and Satan. He got the wisdom from Lucifer, and it seemed like Lucifer might have grown a liking to this guy. And just, this guy was probably a good-spirited guy. No, he had a good spirit. So, with the knowledge and wisdom he had, he probably kind of had the same kind of deal Enoch had. You know what I'm saying? He kind of had the same kind of deal Enoch had, and he was able to see the heavens because of his heart. Because his heart was in the right place because he wanted to teach the man. His heart was in the right place most of the time I seen it. It didn't seem like he, except for that one time when he froze the people, but he only froze them because they attacked him. But then he talked to them calmly. But then he did say he conquered them. So I don't know how he was on that time. Maybe he made the power get to his head. That's why he said, hey, don't let, I learned this over time, over ages. Don't let the purge get defiled by this. Because, I was defiled at one point. Everybody can redeem themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to say, okay, he was evil at one point. He couldn't get back right or something like that. But, he gave his pledge to renounce the great right work. His work on earth was completed until the age of darkness, until the age of Satan passes. Listen ye, O man, to the words I shall give thee. In them ye shall find the essence of life. Before I return to the halls of enmity, taught shall be the secrets of secrets, how ye too shall arise to the light. Preserve them and guard them, hide them in symbols, so the profane will laugh and renounce. In every land form ye the mysteries. Make the way harder for the secret to tread. Thus will the weak and the wavering be rejected. See what I'm saying? Like, his way is not for everyone. Our God takes the weak and builds them up. He takes the wavering and builds them up to not waver. He doesn't tell them to be rejected. That's where the secrets be hidden and guarded. See, he's hidden his secrets in symbols and all this. So he's still on his devilish ways. Or maybe he renounced that, though. I would say that he came from that, but he just didn't know. He didn't know no better, I'm guessing. I'm kind of tired. This video has been going on way too long. It's almost 3 hours long. So let's get on with it. Through the dark ages, waiting and watching, my spirit shall remain in the deep hidden land when no one has passed the trials of the outer, summon ye by the key that ye hold. Then will I, the initiated answer, come to the halls of the gods of enmity. Keep on when you go to hell. I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? And so he said, go in your temple, eat not, fast for 3 days. He's telling you how to do it. But yeah. But that, my whole point with that was to show you that he, even he spoke of the Holy One, spoke of the one in heaven, the creator of all. He didn't give credit to the rest of them as that. He just said that the mighty one on the, he seen the devil down there. He said, hey, this guy must be the mighty one. But then in the end, he all came to his senses and found out, whoa. It was almost like God said, hey, all right, this guy, this guy's one of the he's a human worthy of showing this to. Like, this guy chased wisdom in its highest forms. He chased it, and he wanted to help humanity with it, and he wanted to do all this kind of stuff. Even though he got his knowledge from Lucifer, but Lucifer was one of God's favorite angels, so he probably had pity on him and was able to see the heavens. You know, angels probably said, "Hey, let this guy see it, so that he might get right within himself and get back better." And that's just my theory on it. Like I said, he must have obviously been real, and in order to be real, in order to coexist, in order to live in this life, you have to know the Most High God in order to get there. And he spoke on it as we would know it to be. So I agree with the parts in it that agree with my Holy Scriptures. And some of it did. Because my Holy Scriptures was here before this, Mr. Carson. Just because you had the paper version 6,000 and whatever time years ago, 2,000, whatever years ago, doesn't mean it wasn't already here. And then you say Jesus was out there learning. No, he was out there teaching. Like, where did this guy get his information from? This is what I don't want to understand. I want to show you something, right? Let's check it out, right? Since he said, okay, so here we go. Mr. Carson, in your teachings of Jesus going around learning. Let's see what the scripture has to say about this. Okay, so this is the part when they had Jesus, right? Mary and Joseph. So they were going somewhere, right?
And when they had performed all things according to the law of the Lord, they returned into Galilee, to their own city Nazareth. And the child grew, and waxed strong in spirit, filled with wisdom, and the grace of God was upon him. Now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover.
This is a holy day, y'all. This is a holy day. We shouldn't be celebrating them holidays, but this is a whole other discussion.
And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast.
So mind you, they went to the feast. He only 12 years old.
And when they had fulfilled the days, as they returned, the child Jesus tarried behind in Jerusalem, and Joseph and his mother knew not of it.
So they left him. But he followed behind him, but they didn't know they didn't know he was coming. Right? This is Jesus at 12 years old now. The one that he said went around learning all this stuff.
But they, supposing him to have been in the company, went a day's journey. And they sought him among their kinsfolk and acquaintance. And when they found him not, they turned back again to Jerusalem, seeking him.
So they went back to Jerusalem. Like, hold on, he ain't here? Like, we left him here.
And it came to pass that after 3 days they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions.
So he was hearing them, he was listening to them, then he was asking them questions. What, do you know this? What about this?
And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers.
Mr. Carson, they was astonished at his answers and his understanding, not the other way around.
And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou thus dealt with us? Behold, thy father, and I have sought thee sorrowing.
So they was sad. They was like, I lost Jesus. Imagine that. I lost Jesus. I lost. Oh my goodness. That would be a horrible feeling. I'll tell you that. And he said unto them, it's him talking to his parents now.
And he said unto them, How is it that ye sought me? Wist ye not that I must be about my father's business?
How is you came to come look for me when I'm out here doing my father's work? But this man tells us See, this is why you can't listen to the serpent. He tells us that Jesus goes to travel to go learn stuff. But clearly he says here, as a child, I'm coming to do my father's business. I'm coming to teach these people. At the age of 12, I'm coming to teach y'all.
And they understood not the saying which he spake unto them. And he went down with them, and came to Nazareth, and was subject unto them. But his mother kept all these sayings in her heart. And Jesus increased in wisdom and stature, and in favor with God and man.
Come on now. Come on. Cut it out, man. Cut the crap. Cut it out. This might be the last. I want this to be the last video I make on this guy. I haven't read his little Sumerian tablets yet, but the main person was Thoth, and I think we pretty much handled him. I think we pretty much handled that guy. He was an interesting guy, I must say. But all that traveling to hell and him trying to hide the secrets and him, I would rather follow Jesus. Yep. And if I were you, look into Jesus and follow him. For he is the only way, the truth, and the light. For us common folk, that is. For us, that's regular human beings. That's not children of Atlantis and whatnot, and children of light and all these other beings. You know, for us regular common folk, we got Jesus. we go. We good with that, Mr. Carson. If you want to go travel from place to place and sneak up and look at what everybody's doing behind closed doors, you know, and your little avatar, let your little avatar lay down in the pyramid and go pry on people, huh? That's what you into? I'm good, man. But there we have it, man. I'm gonna leave that alone, man. This is a 3-hour long video, the longest video I'm probably ever gonna make. It's probably gonna be the longest video I ever make. But I had to get it out the way because I'll probably just break it down into sections or something like that. But everybody, till again, be wise, be strong. Be wise, be strong, and don't fall to the serpent. I beg of you. We pray in the name of the Holy Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ, Yeshua, Yahuwah, Yahusha, Yah, Jah, whatever name you want to name him, it still holds the weight. It still holds the power. I was going to say this. Like, I remember they say, oh, Jesus is not his name. He's not going to hold the same power. You got to call him by his name. How you going to give him his own name? I remember when I used to meet up with these people, before I used to have locks, long dreads. And when I meet up with them, eventually they started calling me Dread. My name wasn't Dread. But when they call me Dread, I acknowledge them. Hey, Dread, what's up? You got that? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, I acknowledged them. I didn't say, hey, my name not Dread. Don't call me that. Because I knew it was harmless. And I knew who they were speaking to. When we call on Jesus, we're not calling on Zeus. We know who we're speaking about. And he knows that also. So that's why the name holds power. And we know who we're calling on. We know you can hit us with all this tablet knowledge, all this nonsense and all of your theories, all the scientist theories on this Mars planet. That's not even real. There's no satellites in the sky showing you no planes of Mars, my bro. Like, it's so much stuff I could say that just crush all your little beliefs. It's crazy. I don't care what you read and traveled around and found. You understand that most of these people are the same people. Put me in front of it. Put me in front of the stuff they have. And I will decipher that then. But you just saying it to me, you can see why, without reading those tablets yourself, you'll fall. But if you fall into the tablets and take it to be true, and take it to say, oh man, you know what, I can go to the pyramids and maybe I can lay in his temple and try to leave my body, go to heaven and go to hell and do all this. Like, whoa,
Life makes more sense now. The Bible was too simple. This is really mind-blowing. This makes so much sense now. You can leave your body and he's written on these temples. Do you know that if a person came with a rod and froze you, what are you going to write about on your walls? You're not going to write nothing bad on them walls. Them walls going to show glory to that guy. So why am I taking those writings as the end all? Like, why am I taking those writings as gold? Like they wasn't frightened to death of this dude. Like they wasn't frightened to death of these people. They only going to write what they think. Oh, these people were the gods. They created everything. Come on now. Are y'all that blind? Now I said all praise to the Most High. I catch y'all later. See y'all later. Peace out.